direct and going to shoot, perhaps. He does, an effort. Oh, what a goal from Glenn Little. Excellent ball. Oh, another goal. Andy Cook, 4-1. Right for Burnley, a good cross. And now Little. Oh, a goal. Super goal. That's a fantastic goal, I tell you. The movement, everything. Right, was fantastic play. Drills it hard and low. Goal! Andy Payton! Oh, Andy Payton.
Trying to thread it through. Oh, lovely play by Little! And it's been turned in by Cook, I think. Little and Cook together will claim it.
Well, welcome to the Burnley mid-season review. Over the next few minutes, what we're going to be doing is going through the games throughout this season. Some low spots we know, of course, some high spots as well, and we're going to be doing that with the help of Sam Ellis, the assistant manager here at Turf Moor. We hope that you enjoy what you're going to see, and we hope, of course, that Burnley can do better in the second part of the season, but we hope you enjoy the video. Well, Sam, you know Stan Tennant obviously pretty well. Was there more to him coming back to the club than simply the emotion of coming back to the place where he started his career?
No, I think that was the underlying reason. In fact, probably the only reason why he came back, because of his feeling for the football club.
Because obviously Bury, First Division club, dropping down a division, and I mean that must have been a difficult decision in itself, I suppose.
Well, we had good times there, you know, it's always difficult to leave, and he gets quite emotional at times, believe it or not. Stan just thought that Burnley was too big for him to refuse.
What was the first job you had on your plate? What did you feel you had to come to do here?
We felt that if you inherit a squad that finishes fifth from bottom, quite obviously it needs improving, whether it be numbers or quality. That was what we had to decide, and we had to do it as quickly as we could.
Obviously that's not easy because there is a limited amount of money at Burnley Football Club, and this is a division where, with the likes of Manchester City and Fulham and some other clubs, there is money to spend elsewhere, so it's going to be a little bit of a difficult task for you.
Well, it is if you want it doing overnight. I think what the board have decided, and the supporters seem to understand, is that it's a bit more than an overnight job, and at the present time people have been very patient with us.
Now, you couldn't have got much of a better start than a win first game of the season at home to Bristol Rovers by 2-1.
Yeah, they were quite high up at the end of the season, and we felt that we needed to start off with a win, and it turned out that way, and well worth it at the time.
Warm welcome to Burnley Football Club, a brand new season here, 98-99 Nationwide League Division 2. And last year's safe, well, they were safe last campaign. A new manager at the helm, it's Stan Tennant and Sam Ellis. Well, with me here on the commentary position, and a very noisy Turf Moor, is former Claret player Ray Tennant, and I hasten to add, you're no relation to Stan, Ray.
That's correct, ladies and gentlemen, and they've just kicked off, so we're off to the 1998-99 season. And we wish Stan Tennant and his staff all the best for that. The pitch is looking quite decent. There are a few bare patches on it, but I don't think that should be a problem at this stage of the season.
Thank you, Ray. As the match starts off here, straight into the thick of it is Mark Floyd. A foul by the number 7, Ian Holloway. Ian Holloway, the manager of Bristol Rovers, player manager Ray, Ian Holloway. Paul Crichton, the long loan signing from West Brom, then to take this kick into the afternoon grey sky, and that's panic stations from the Rovers, and Payton, 1-0!
Andy Payton 6-1 away for the Clarets after about 3 minutes play. A head-on from Glenn Little after a long kick by the goalkeeper into the 18-yard box, which wasn't cleared away. And Andy Payton gets his name on the team sheet for the first goal of the season. Well done, the Clarets.
Just the start the Clarets were after. Andy Payton missed 2 pre-season friendlies.
Runs tamely to the goalkeeper. It's in the goalkeeper's hands, throws it out to the centre-back. And we're back in the Bristol half. Bad ball, Little picks it up. Running sideways across the field. Nice ball into Andy Cook there. Back to Little. Who's going to take him on now? He's going to have a run at them. Oh, nice 1-2. Oh, and a wonderful 1-2 there with Andy Payton, and Glenn Little screams on over the bar. Very unlucky Burnley there.
Gets it back from his keeper, Lee Jones, and gives it him back again. Here's Payton the Terrier. And just in the nick of time, Lee Jones found his man on that far side. And this Holloway is streaking away here, finding Curtin, and Curtin, a shot from him. Oh, and a great shot from Curtin. Smacked the woodwork. Had Paul Crichton beaten all the way, and that was a let-off for Burnley, Rick.
Yeah, definite let-off for Burnley. Little number 10 there, bent a lovely shot in from about 25 yards. Smacked in the side of the bar and came back. And it's an equaliser from Jamie Curtin again. Oh, has it been disallowed? No, it's been given by the referee. For Mark Ford.
Ford gives him the return on that far inside left channel. Played in early by Smith, and he gets another bite of the cherry. Smith going to perhaps try one on that left foot, but he hasn't got room. Payton may have, pushing it, trying to get it wide here for Little, and he does so. Glenn Little again to run at this full back. Whoa! Well, he did well to recover. Little one way, then the other. Great play from Little. Great cross! Oh, Payton! Oh, what a goodness me. Wing play was good from Little. Robert for Bristol. And some trick of play. Morgan does well to get that ball away from Andreasen on that far side. But Bristol in possession on the halfway line. Anderson again plays it forward for Hales. Brass heads for Little. A good turn from Little. Little with pace again. It's still Glenn Little into the Bristol half. And a great ball in for Payton. And it's 2-0. Super goal.
And a brilliant run from Glenn Little. Slipped a wonderful ball through Andy Payton. And you bet your mortgage on Andy Payton. One again, the keeper. Looks into the back of the net for his second goal of the game.
There's one, Andy Payton, I do beg your pardon, with a brace. Jamie Curtin on 8 minutes in reply for the visitors. And Payton again, situation that he likes. Oh, just wide from Andy Payton, looking for his hat-trick.
Wonderful bit of quick think there by Andy Payton.
Trees plays it long. Blatherwick, well, it hit him. I don't know where it hit him. I don't think he knew either. Cookie, Little, lot deeper. Glenn Little this half. Cookie on the end of that one. And Andreasen, that's it. A win for Burnley, 2-1. Andy Payton with 2, and Curtin for the visitors, Ray.
Well, what a start. It's off to a winning start at least. Scrappy game the second half. Burnley mainly on the defensive, but at least the 3 points in the bag, and the crowd absolutely delirious at that.
Joining us, your debut late in the second half, but a tough old game.
Yeah, tough game. Bristol were in the top 6, I think, last year, got the playoffs or close to the playoffs. It was always going to be a tough one at home beginning of the season. After last year, we're not winning for 11 games, and it's just tremendous to get after a winning start.
Andy Payton grabbed the 2 goals, which he's accustomed to, one-on-one with the keeper, and he banged the ball away, didn't he?
Yeah, I spoke to Page. He said he thought the keeper was coming, but he stayed and he stuck it away. Both finishes were top draw, absolutely superb.
Bristol in the second half, a couple of men up front there. Was it Hales and Roberts? Bit of a handful, wasn't it?
They were a handful, but the lads coped admirably, like, you know. In the last 15 minutes, they threw about 4 up, you know. So it was a bit chaos, and I think this time last year they might have folded a little bit, but they dug in today, the lads, and showed a bit of spunk, and we got us just rewards at the end.
3 points, doesn't matter how you get them, as long as you get 3 points. A good first half, but as I say, the second half was a bit tuck in, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, which it is going to be, but you know, everybody's finding out about everybody. The gaffer's come in, he's a new person, he doesn't know that much about the lads, but he saw a little bit of willingness today and digging in. I'm sure there'll be moves in and out of the club, but like, you know, as long as the lads you know, realise, you know, how important it is to win and dig in for that result, which we did last half hour, then it's great.
New goalkeeper today, Ronnie. Does anybody know anything about the guy?
Yeah, I know Paul Crichton from off the circuit. He's been a few clubs, Grimsby, West Brom, Peterborough. He's not a bad keeper. I think we've signed him on loan. We come in the change rooms today and he was there, like, you know.
Sort of an overnight signing, if you like.
Yeah, he did well today. Did well.
So the team now ready for this League Cup thing on Tuesday. A club you played for, of course. Stan the man was the manager as well, Bury.
Well, I think the gaffer's only signed me for go back there, so I'll get more stick than him off the crowd, like, you know. But no, it'll be a really tough one Tuesday, because very well organised. They've been doing well for what they do well for the last 2 or 3 years. They know every little you know, trick in the book, and it'll be difficult, but it'll be good, a learning process for the lads. I mean, we want to go over there and try and get some sort of a result, but I think the league programme is the main priority.
It's like a golfer's chip shot. The ball spun back. Park. From Dawes. Little. There's an overlap here from Brass. Matthews has tracked back with him. Barrick. And Burnley get it clear. The cross comes over. Well, it did seem a good attempt there because Dean Cowley couldn't get to it. John Rose wins it, but only momentarily. But Burnley, in clearing, found they had nobody in that particular place of the field. The ball back with the Shakers. Here's Redmond. Priest gets his flick on. Matthews with a chance. Still Matthews! And that's the opening goal! 16 minutes gone. A flick by Priest. A touch from Matthews gave him the good opportunity. Jepson's header. Oh, and it was left. And Burnley have an equaliser. What a disaster in the Bury defence. Andy Cook with the equaliser. Shakers attacking from left to right. Burnley have made a change at half-time, bringing on Neil Moore in place of Mike Williams. Priest. Oh, it almost got through for Barrick. Would have been a glorious pass. Oh, good play. A good chance for Burnley. Kylie at full stretch. Dawes. This is Jepson for Burnley. Little. He's got some support with Brass. Doesn't need him. Little. Good chance here. Cowley down smartly to his left. Shakers 7th of the night. Burnley yet to register a corner with 4 minutes left. Header came in from Jaffo. And there is the final whistle. 4 minutes of additional time added on by the referee. So the teams go to Turf Moor next week. Locked at 1-1. The Shakers took the lead early.
And then you played against Chesterfield and lost away by 1-0. It's always a difficult place to go to win.
There were no signs of the bad patches to come when we went to Chesterfield. We thought that we were unlucky to lose by a penalty in the last minute. We thought that the players fought quite hard in that game. And we were hopeful that maybe it wouldn't take us as long as it has done at that point.
And then I suppose everything came crashing down to earth when you played here against Bury, Stan's old club, and lost by 4-1 in the Worthington Cup.
Sure, we'd gone to Bury and drawn, and we thought that this would be a good test for the players because we know how resilient Bury are, and we thought, well, we'll see tonight, and we were in for a bit of a shock, that they seriously exposed our limitations.
With the pace yet, as you said, short of match practice, I'd say a little bit rusty at the moment.
And it's Howie up with the header. Little's in there, so too Weller again. Here's Glenn Little again. Moves into the central role, and that will just clip the heel of Laketti. It's Jepson for Payton, and Payton and Jepson leaves it. Bit of confusion from the Burnley strikers. A powerful shot from Glenn Little with his left foot. A nice shot from Little, and a man with 2 feet.
Yeah, the ball just caught between Payton and Jepson.
Kiley kicks it. Blatherwick finds Patterson for Bury. Bury just floating the ball across here. There's Moore. Moore in there, trying to prove he's worth a place in the Burnley lineup. A good shot and a good save from Parks. It was a good effort, and Parks equaling it to his Tottenham days, really.
A bit frustrating. The crowd are beginning to get frustrated. Let's go in at half-time 0-0 and regroup. That's what I say.
Yeah, just 5 minutes to do that, Terry, and we've had so many subs on at the moment. It's a wee bit confusing, I'm sure, as well for the Burnley formation team. As Burnley here with Weller. Great ball from Weller for Smith to latch onto this one on that far side. And oh, it's fallen here to Andy Payton. He could score, and he does score.
And I said, let's go in at half-time 0 apiece, and as soon as I say that, they break forward. What a great ball by Weller through. It wasn't the best ball to Payton, but he got the run of the ball, and one-on-one, who would you back to score for Burnley? Andy Payton.
The Predator strikes again. Burnley go into a 2-1 lead on aggregate. 1-0 on the night. And it's going to be Mark Robertson, but I actually initially thought it was Kevin Henderson, but never mind. Barrick with the cross, high one. Get your binoculars out for that one, and a chance will fall here, and a goal is scored, and Diafio equalises right on the stroke of half-time. 46 minutes. And back he goes. Whoops. Robertson up there. Blatherwick on Diafio, and he does well, Diafio. Great ball in for Dawes. This could be curtains, and it certainly is at the moment. 2-1 to Bury, and it's 3-2 to the visitors on aggregate. Weller's header again. Here's Carl Orton looking for Robertson, but Weller's header down here for Smith. Weller. Little on this left-hand side now, when he cut inside for a shot. A good shot from Little, and well covered by the keeper, Dean Kiley. Worthington Cup action from the turf. Smith's a corner to the back post. Up goes Henderson. Henderson chasing that one back. It's a Burnley throw-in. Robertson. Carl Orton leaving it for Smith. Oh, and a good effort from, well, there you go, a left foot pile driver from Paul Smith. And the referee decided it was a throw-in. Woodward. Leketti puts it in, a slightest of touch. Oh, that's it. That's curtains now. Is that Dawes? No, who's that scorer? But there you go, a slightest of flick on for Robertson. Lenny John Rose, the man booked there, of course, for Bury, and Little on that far side trying to win that ball back. In fact, he does well to win it back. Cross comes in from Little, and the header from Henderson, and a stab there from Payton. Back to goal on the 6-yard line. Good effort from Andy Payton. They're asking for a back pass, but it wasn't really a back pass intentionally. It was a clearance by the Burnley defender, and that's why the referee thankfully hasn't given anything. And the ball taken away from Robertson there. Smith chasing back, Dawes plays it forward. Now then, here we go once again, and he's through again. Here we go. And he doesn't make much to finish with that one. It's turned into a wee bit of a rout, Terry.
Yeah, just as I predicted, David, that we've got to push up, and if you do that, you'll leave gaps at the back, and the Burnley crowd beginning to stream out. They know the game's up now, but I thought there was more than a touch.
Well into the centre of the field, halfway up. Little just launches it in there. Now a chance! And Colin Carl Orton headed over there from 6 yards. Perhaps a wee bit more experience, he may have potted that one, Terry. Yeah. Having a run at this Bury defence. Smith, oh, we're just going to fall to Colin Carl Orton there. Smith gets it back, does well to win it back, and well, and that's it. 4-1 on the night, 5-2 in aggregate, and that's Burnley crashing out of the Worthington Cup.
York City at home, again another home defeat by a 1-0 on that one.
Bit of a major turning point, that, because the gaffer had decided that some of the senior players hadn't got the heart in the club, and that he couldn't have players of that disposition. So he changed it. We brought some of the kids in, and along the way they've gained valuable experience, but they've had to play at times when we wouldn't have wanted them to play because of the injury list we've had.
But that decision didn't take long to make, really, bearing in mind you're still in the first month of the season.
Well, as I said, we had to come to terms quickly with what we had and what we thought we needed, and that was a major step.
How important was it that you made that decision, bearing in mind you've already said that they were some of the most experienced players at the club?
Sure. Any decision, any fundamental decision is important, isn't it? And we've tried through talking to make a few along the way. And that was probably the first one that Stan came across.
Against Bury in the League Cup, first round, second leg. First blood to the Clarets there. Smith on this near side, Burnley's right. About 5 minutes gone here as Smith piles it in. And the York City defence half clearing for Carl Smith here. Chips it forward, a good ball in for Carl Orton. A good cross from him. Oh, and Howie, what, from 4 yards over the top. A brilliant bit of play from Lawton. And Lee Howitt, well, he just got over the bar. Poulton gives it for Thompson once again. He turns. And just those two playing at the moment. Alan Poulton decides to switch it now. And a good interception from Paul Smith, will it? But still, it's still York City on the attack here. Clever stuff. Oh! And that's a goal. That's Connolly, who scored for York City. Half-hour mark then, and really York City have been looking a bit like they may score.
Plus possibly Brass, who was back to his natural position. But a great save by Ward there. Snatching the ball at the forward's feet when he was beat the defender and only had him to beat.
Well, still York coming forward as the game sort of goes into stoppage time. Thompson for Hall on that far side. And there goes the final whistle, and as Ray said, it's a Burnley defeat and it's men against boys, but surely the players will have to be found.
Now, needless to say, your away form is the problem in the league, and you went away to Walsall and lost by three goals to one there. What do you remember of that one?
I remember that we had far more chances than Walsall did, that Cookie had a great chance in the first minute and skied it, that we kept going, and at 1-1 you'd have thought we were going on to win the game after Gordon Armstrong equalised. And it was a shock to lose that game. We didn't expect to surrender the point that we had quite as easily as we did in the last few minutes.
Now, September was a better month for you by and large, and you started it with a home win against Millwall.
Yeah, an evening game. We did well against them. 2-0 comfortably. They scored in the last minute, and they were probably a good marker side to say that, you know, that was a good win, and things were not too bad at that time.
Gives our visitors here a throw-in, just in their own half, adjacent to their own penalty area. That's Peter Swan's header forward here, and Andy Cook. And trying an early shot from Andy Cook outside the area. Not a bad effort. Did a man tightly marking Andy Cook. Moore. Little does well. Super play from Little. Little cross. Oh, and a good one too. And just got in the way was Scott's Fitzgerald. Little's teasing cross. And Little again. Can he pull it back? And a long, long way back. And what's that given by the referee? Nothing. The ball is with Smith on the other flank now as he plays it in. Fitzgerald clears it again, and goodness me, that could have been a goal. It will be the new man, Gordon Armstrong, on the halfway line with the Burnley throw-in. Bit of a tug on the shirt from Smith. A brilliant ball here for Little. Now, can he? Is he going to cut inside here? Goes to the outside. Little to the byline. Cuts it in. Oh, and a header from Payton. Did he take a deflection? A corner given, is it? Glenn Little seems to think it is. It's a corner.
2 or 3 times I've seen them just play it, or one hold it up for the other one to have a bit of a dribble and a surge on goal, and that's 2 or 3 times. I think they're a handful, those two.
Played in the centre of the centre circle. Little plays it here for Payton. Payton got more in support here, but he goes it alone. Chips it inside. Brilliant ball for goal. Oh, what a goal!
The two Andys link up well there. Payton, we thought he should have given it wide back to his man, but he wanted to go route one, took it on, played it past his man, slipped it inside, didn't cook, he finished well. Excellent stuff.
It's nothing to do with the fact that the referee's wearing a Lions armband. Headed away by Chris Brass, the captain for the Clarets. Tim Cahill, and taken away by Glenn Little. Now then, a good ball, a measured ball. Now can Andy Cook get onto this? Andy Cook, can he finish? Oh yes, what a super goal! Absolutely wonderful.
You asked if he could finish. The answer is definitely yes, David. What a great little chip over the keeper.
29 minutes gone. Andy Cook gets his second and Burnley's second. It'll be Jimmy Carter to take this one for Millwall, their right-hand side. And Gavin Ward punches that time. Oh! Gordon Armstrong with the kick for the Clarets. Left-footed as always, edge of the area. Well, that was Peter Swan going up. Oh! Wide by Neil Moore. But again, a bit of space, a bit of time for Neil Moore, just wide at the far post.
Somebody said unkindly that Millwall had brought the 26, but it is a bit more than that. I'd give them the benefit of the doubt and say 100. Great header there by Neil Moore.
Yeah, a bus load and a car load. And there's, that'll run away surely, but Glenn Little's got terrific pace. Oh, and the goalkeeper missed it. Smith's coming in, Bowery was there, and Burnley, well, they could have cashed in the Payton on this left-hand side for Burnley. Smith gives him the return. Can Payton cross it in? Oh! Right across the face from Andy Payton. And Burnley starting to put on the pressure once again here at Turf Moor.
If your team consists of your substitutes and your men on the line, I think it should be part and parcel of the game. Never mind saying no, you can't coach.
That's right. Peter Swan heading out there again for Burnley. And Millwall still coming forward. Bowery for Harris. Shaw. Turn and a shot. Oh, it's a goal from Shaw. A consolation for Millwall.
Consolation, I hope you're right, David. Just fell to him quite luckily, really.
Paul Shaw, goal scorer for Millwall this evening. Tackle, good tackle. Now then, Andy Payton, can Burnley make it 3-1? Andy Cook, can he get his hat-trick? Oh, just a touch away from Andy Payton. Some brilliant play again from the two Andys.
Yeah, Luton, we were beaten by a better side, but at 1-0 you've always got a chance of pegging one back. At Reading, we went down to 10 men, we were 1-0 down, Swanee got sent off, and we come back with quite a good display actually. And we're well worth the draw with 10 men.
And then Wycombe Wanderers at home, another draw for you. I mean, the difference between 3 points and 1 is quite a big one these days, but nevertheless, you'll take a draw rather than nothing at all, no doubt.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't win all your home games, but there's certain games that we've drawn at home that you'd think, if we were going to be a good side, we should be winning, and that would be one of them.
It's going to be Mark Westhead to take this goal kick for our visitors. Kicks a very low one. It's ended up with Paul Reed. Now then, here's Andy Payton, a chance in the centre circle. Churns, oh, and a chance for Payton. Oh, what a goal!
And what a cracking goal from Andy Payton there. He picked the ball up in the middle of the park, took on the 1 man, 2 men, knocked it to one side and slammed a great shot into the left-hand corner there. One of the best goals you'll see in the season, I bet.
Now, who's it going to be? It's going to be Cornforth to take this one for Wycombe, is it? Oh, a good shot too, but hits the Burnley wall. Peter Swan, well, he didn't get to that one. Oh, and that's a goal that's been coming, I would fear. Territorially, it's been coming. And it's Mark Stollard who replies.
When is the player happy with the yellow card, but he's got it anyway. So it's Chris Scott, Glenn Little to take the free kick. It is actually.
Oh, played in again. Oh, and then now linesman's flagging. The linesman's flagging at that near side, so that will not count. And I don't usually see the linesman, but I did on that. Stallard in the way. Swan plays it forward. It's left back Alan Beaton plays it into the centre. A shout of one of you there. And Brian Reid, whoa, that wasn't a bad effort either. And it's a goal kick. Ooh, Scott a wee bit late there, but no foul. Reid, who finds Chris Scott, plays it inside for Little. Little in a dangerous position. Here's Payton, wide for Scott here. Gets the cross in for Little. Little shot! Just over the top from Glenn Little, and some good interchanges on that right-hand side.
Nice bit of play there from...
Here's Carl Smith for Burnley. Over for Chris Scott, the right back. Making his debut from the start. Now then, Little, can he do something? To the byline, cuts it back. My word. It was Nicky Mahon on the line. Cleared that danger there for Wycombe. This the man from Padiham, Payton. Cross, a good cross! Oh, Cookie couldn't get the header on it, he thought he might. A brilliant cross from Payton, Ray. Block, but he gets it back for Gavin Ward. And we'll look again for the height and the strength of Peter Swan up front. See if Burnley can get a lead. Now then, Armstrong, can he finish? Ooh, that was a good effort. Good effort from Gordon Armstrong. Good save from Mark Westhead. Back here for Armstrong, the left back for Burnley. Cross comes in from him, Swan heads it down, Smith fires it! Oh, it's hit the ball! Oh my word, and Payton couldn't follow it in. Would you believe this for action at Turf Moor, but no goals for Burnley. Tremendous.
And a cracking shot there from Carlson. Hit the post, ricochet.
As Chris Brass here, torrential downpour of hailstone, and that's the final whistle. A point for Burnley, but they should have won.
Yeah, disappointing end really. It should have been 3 points, but the woodwork fortunately saved them in the last 2 minutes here, Wimbledon. I think Stanley will be a bit disappointed there, but...
And away to Gillingham, a 2-1 defeat.
Again, the last few minutes, we fought them quite hard. Gillingham were going through a spell where maybe it was a good time to play them. Since then, they've had one hell of a run, and they're in a good position now. And again, we thought that we maybe just lacked a little bit of resilience when we needed it.
Now, Wigan Athletic are one of the clubs who have been able to spend big in this particular division, so to an extent you must have been pleased with a 1-1 draw against them, but you have got a lot of local derbies in this division. Is that a disadvantage, do you think?
No, I don't think so. They're big games for the supporters. There's always good atmospheres, and they should be good games to play in.
And a 1-1 draw, I mean, bearing in mind what you've been saying, were you reasonably happy with that, or are you always looking to win and get 3 points at home?
They equalised in the last minute. Again, our resilience wasn't as good as it should have been. And we felt that we were the best team on the day. And it's disappointing when you feel that and you don't win the game.
Elected to take this one with that ever trusty left foot of his. Plays it in. It's not a good one. It's a wee bit low, and obviously O'Neill was there, the forward, the defending, and now a chance. That was Armstrong from 7 yards, and I think it hit the roof of the Ensley stand here. O'Neill leaves it here. Barlow and Jenkinson's cross. Barlow's here, lays it off, and a chance for O'Neill, but he took too much time. He's surely got to go wide, and well, it had gone when he tried it 2 or 3 occasions. Scott Green, who I'd say got himself in the book amongst 2 other players. It is a good cross, and goalkeeper couldn't get it. Amazingly, he's got it back, Chris Scott, but the keeper punches only as far as little. A turn and a shot, no, a cross. Oh, Payton! Oh, just over the top from Andy Payton, and that was a beautiful ball in again by Glenn Little.
I don't know what they're objected to. I didn't see anything wrong myself, but that was lovely play.
But it will be Paul Smith on that left-hand side for the Clarets, fastly approaching the half-time whistle. Smith with the kick, it's a good one. Back post, Reed's up there, but just couldn't get the right... but it was a better one from Paul Smith, a better free kick from the last one, Terry. Reed with the throw, flick on from Robertson. Here's Barlow, Lee, stabbed it in, Lee. Falls to Barlow, Barlow does well. Lob, and well read really by Gavin Ward. He knew that was coming in, and Barlow, obviously a man of his experience in a higher division, obviously knew what he was doing. Plays it in, that's Reed with the header, but way over the bar from him, but at least something to applause.
Hasn't seen the ball order this off, it's all been over the other side, and I want to see him get the ball, because it's going to Glenn Little, but he's playing deep and covering back. Overlock now.
A chance here for Brassey, good shot from him, but again, hitting a player on the way, and David Lee, oops. Missed challenge for Mark Robertson, but this is David Lee running at this Burnley defence. He's not had the game we thought he might have had, and the fans are really, well, it could have some effect on him.
Well, every mistake he makes, he's going to get booed to the echo.
Smith to take this one far side. Oh, bounced out of the keeper, a goal! Brian Reid!
Smith whipped it in, the keeper missed it, and there was Reid, I believe it was Reid coming in, yeah, and just suited into the empty net. Great goal. Oh, we needed that, and I tempted fate a minute ago by saying they're looking likely to score, and it's worked the oracle. If we'd have finished that after 80 minutes, if the referee had blown, we'd have been in a great part of, well up in the league in the playoffs, I would suggest. So anything can happen still, and I'll be glad to see the final whistle go. That's no reflection on the match, it's just we need the result.
Lee then keep everything crossed there, but Leeds, there's always a danger of him, and the header was thankfully wide by Paul Warren. And it's a corner then to Wigan. We know Martinez can dribble quite well, and he did do that, but Brass seemed to take the ball off him cleanly, and it puts pressure on Burnley, and there's no need for it. Lee, good shot. Oh, just wide from David Lee. That was very, very close indeed, and in fact it's given a corner.
Yeah, because he must have got a touch, David, and all from an incident where I don't think it was a free kick, and now they put us under great pressure. It's going to be a short one here. No, it's not. What puts us under great pressure? Let's watch this corner from Smeets.
Back header, dangerous one. Oh, can you believe that? Burnley have fallen for it again. The sucker punch at the very last minute.
Oh, I just can't. How do you feel about that? I don't believe it's a foul. He saves it. A marvellous free kick from Lee. Smeets takes the free kick, comes across, rifles it in, and that's it. One apart, and that's in the last minute.
And Reid, well done, man of the match today, and the first goal for the Clarets, and you must have been pleased with that. Firstly,
yeah, I was pleased to get off the mark. You know, to get a goal. It's always nice to get a goal at a new club and stuff. But I'm more disappointed, you know, the final result. You know, that to lose a goal like it was injury time. You know. That's the most disappointing thing, you know, because we badly needed the 3 points today. But I think overall the team played quite well. We're just unfortunate in the end.
It has happened on numerous occasions, particularly away from home, and you must, you know, obviously here we go again sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we had defended well and the whole team played really well today, and I couldn't see it happening, them getting a goal, you know, and then it's a sucker punch again. But it just seems to, these that seem happening now, and hopefully we can eradicate that from our game, you know.
Wigan are aside, I think we've had 2 wins in 12 previous meetings. I mean, why does these things happen, do you think? Is it just one of those things?
I usually find it happens when you're more down towards the bottom end of the league, you know. It always seems to things go against you, but we can't think like that. We've just got to be thinking positive today, and I think the team played well and we deserve to take the 3 points, you know, and hopefully if we keep playing the way we did, that we can turn things round and we can start getting 3 points instead of the 1, you know.
The danger man for them was, we thought were going to be David Lee, but he had didn't have the game that he's like renowned for, did he?
Yeah. Well, I thought Matt Robertson did a good job on him. That was the gaffer's instructions to, if he went out wide, wee Robles to go out with him, you know. So I thought he did a good job keeping him quiet, you know. So I mean, I don't think they really worried us at all. No. I mean, they never really had any chances in the whole game, and then a silly goal like that. I mean, it's just sickening, I think.
You must have been delighted when the ball came across. The goalkeeper parried it for them, and then you stabbed it in, didn't you?
I'm not usually in that area, you know what I mean. So it was nice just to drop it at my feet, you know, and I just managed to knock it over him and finish. I usually score with my head, so it was unusual to, especially with my right foot, I think, you know. So it's very unusual for me. But I mean, I was pleased to see it go in, but obviously, as I say, I'm disappointed with the result in the end.
Now, Manchester City away to Manchester City, a 2-2 draw. That must have been particularly pleasing, I should imagine.
Sure, but then I would think that it's everybody's favourite away game in our league. You don't have to psych your players up for it, they're ready for it. You don't want to go and show yourself up in front of 30,000 people. And it's one of those games that you couldn't say that that's a normal game. So it's difficult to judge people when they're fired up like that. What we should be doing is we should be fired up like that to play Wickham at home. We should be fired up like that when we go to Luton. You know, and it hasn't always been the case.
But the one thing it does show you in front of a big crowd is the players, the young players particularly, who maybe have got the bottle for that sort of occasion and can express themselves in that sort of environment.
Sure. I would accept that to a certain degree, and I would accept that if Manchester City were an excellent side, which they're not. And their league position says that. So it maybe wasn't as good a result and team performance as we might take credit for.
Now, your only away win of the season was an excellent one. I mean, 4-0 against Colchester United.
Yeah, I mean, what makes it disappointing is the way we played that night. I mean, the team were fantastic. Played some good football. We kept the ball. We did everything that a good team should. But 1 out of 10 games away from home isn't nowhere near good enough.
But what do you put that down to, Sam?
I think things went for us early in the game. And I think at the present time, we might be the sort of team that if we start off well, we're okay. If we start off under pressure, we find it difficult.
October was a good month for you. You then played Notts County at home, trying to build on that. And again, the fans come in. I mean, 10,559 for that one after the great win away to Colchester.
I think we've only fell below the 10,000 mark once, and what I find incredible in this place is that they come and watch the team no matter what. I think we've only dipped under 10,000 for one league game. I mean, that's quite amazing when you think of the population of Burnley and the passion they show. It's a true football town, this. The other thing that surprised me is the patience and the knowledge that they have. As I said earlier, they realise what a job it is, and certainly with Stan's passion for the club, he and the crowd get on well, you know, and that's been a very good part for us at the present time.
Yes, the rain's still coming down very, very hard, and obviously that is going to cause the players a lot of trouble. The secret is, if you're going to strike the ball, you've got to strike it well and make sure it reaches a destination, because if it doesn't, you're going to be in trouble. We saw a typical example there, Ruin Bandheim. Oh, and a goal there scored from. It's 1-0 to Notts County there. Come in, have done well, so it's a case of you play well, you get picked a player.
It's Little who plays the ball around, and there's Payton, and the goalkeeper in the way. Andy Payton was looking, well, for another goal for Burnley, and he's certainly been on form recently, and it was just denied by the goalkeeper. Here's Smith, plays it forward again to Payton. Payton tries a shot, it crashes off number 4, Gary Strodder. Burnley piling on, Ruin Vanheim here. Little, and that will be a corner.
So it looks a good signing to me.
All played up, looking for Payton. Now then, can Payton get hold of this one? Here's Cookie. Now Cookie with 2, maybe 3 men. Rudy Vinheim, oh, right into the goalkeeper. And he did follow through, and the goalkeeper's reaction is like glaring at Rudy.
Well, unfortunately, the pitch took its.
Smith again with that corner. Good one. Armstrong's up there. Goya punched again. Oh, goodness me. Reid was so unlucky. Side-footing it, placing it, and so near.
Yeah, there was about 20 bodies in the way there.
Yeah, another corner to the Clarets then. Smith, as always, to take it far side. He powers the ball in. Oh, he hit. Oh, I don't believe it. What on earth? That is unbelievable, Ray. One by Payton, and then, well, the header came in and it hit Cookie.
Well, it's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, you've got to see that one to believe it, really.
So the referee going to have words with the Notts County boss, Sam Allardyce. The man, I think, was booked for that foul on Paul Smith, so he's got in the book. And what's going to happen to Sam Allardyce? I don't know. It's a situation where he's asking to leave, I think. They leave the dugouts. So he sent the manager off.
Well, I think he's banned him with the ball blows to the director's box.
Yeah, a nip in the air as Burnley have a throw-in on that far side again. And stout defending really by County. They've been a wee bit lucky as well, it's fair to say. And Burnley unlucky, of course. Payton now. Can he? Oh, he can't thread it through. Armstrong plays it in. Little's there with the head. And it doesn't fall for a claret once again. Here's Robertson. Little. And Payton's header! Oh, just wide from Andy Payton. And that would have been a clear-cut goal if ever it had come in. Last year, quite convincingly, and they've certainly looked a good side here this afternoon. It's Matty Haywood's long searching ball. Swan's back header. Rudy Vinheim! A goal! They've done it!
Well, what a climax. Possibly with the last kick of the match. Ruin Vinheim knocks the ball at the top corner of the net from a flick on there from Big Swan, with a great ball from young Matty Haywood up to Swanee there. Flicked it inside, and Ruin Vinheim knocked in the top of that. And Stan and Samuels off the bench there.
Another local derby for you.
Yeah, and only our second clean sheet if you look through. Colchester was the first one. The significant points clean sheets because we've not had enough of them. And I think that's look, I keep using the word resilience. I think that shows that we lack it at certain times.
Well, if he doesn't know Glenn Little by the end of this game, he certainly will do by half-time. Armstrong looking for Smith, and the centre-back was there, and a shot! Oh, just wide there.
Great effort by Robertson. He's impressed me tonight, actually, already.
Right, no change in personnel then, as Little John picks the ball up for the Latics. McNiven, shot from him, hits Peter Swan, and Smith, brilliant ball from Smith. Now then, here's Payton. He likes the situation. Can he sneak it? Oh, just wide, and the right ball played in, but just wide from Payton. The ball played across here, and the big men are up. Goal! Unbelievable! Andy Cook!
Oh, how about that? He just flicked it on, came over from the corner, flicked on by, I forget who it was there in the incident, and there's Cookett over-headed into the net. Great goal, Cookett. That's just what we need. A forecast all night, the first goal wins. Let's get the second, and let's bury Oldham. Super stuff, Andy Cook.
Oh, back header, of course, and Carrie Kelly kicks long again into the night. There it is, 3 points for the Clarets. Andy Cook, the saviour.
Well earned 3 points there. Well played, Clarets. As I say, I like Robertson's game tonight. I think he did particularly well. But repeat what I said before, Andy Cook will probably shade the sponsors man of the match.
Now, Macclesfield have been struggling. You went away from home and unfortunately just couldn't get the victory there.
Yeah, again, we got a player sent off. And I can't say we were unlucky to get him sent off or that we were unlucky in the game, really. And I think that shows the level of where we are and how difficult the job is.
It was nice and quiet when we got there, yeah, it was pretty full. Oh, thanks. Still filming that as well. You haven't seen that? No, film me, so probably took my phones. You pay it's weird, you just say go. Go forward, Winnie. Go on, there's plenty of you.
Andy Payton has been the massive bonus for you, and he weighed in against Wrexham in a 2-1 victory. I mean, he and Cook have scored a large proportion of your goals. Tell us about the assets that both those players possess.
That's exactly what you've said. When I came here, I'd only seen Andy Payton. Stan had him before, and he said to me he'll get 20 goals without a problem. You know, and he's up to that near Christmas, isn't he? Cookie's had chances and perhaps been a little bit disappointed with himself in terms of goal scoring. But he's a good part of the team, and you know, to say you've got two people like that in a team should give you a chance of being a good side, and it's disappointing that we haven't been.
And taken away from Ruud Vinheim, and that was Peter Ward who did the damage. And here's Dave Brummer, and Brummer crosses in, an early ball from him, and Conley around the man, and just well played from Chris Scott. Just got a challenge in just at the right time. Morgan just lost control of it for a moment. Little O'Kane plays it in, a good cross. Oh, my word, that was Gordon Armstrong just nearly getting that one. Good cross from the left from John O'Kane. Payton, but again Wrexham have possession just under the TV gantry here. Ian Rush dispatched away by Glenn Little. Oh, a great ball. Now Payton. Oh, that's a beauty.
Danger man Glenn Little puts Andy Payton through, and the padding predator, what does he do? Picks his spot absolutely calmly. I'm right behind the line. The goalkeeper thinks he's got it covered, and it just creeps in at the post. A wonderful goal, and well done the pair up front. Andy Payton again for the Clarets.
It's Ward with that corner to the back post. Oh, and there's a chance here, and a goal. And believe it or not, it's Riddler who scored for Wrexham. The ball comes in, Payton! Oh, what a goal! Andy Payton!
The partnership comes up trumps again. Glenn Little's cross and Andy Payton with a brace. Excellent header. How many headers has Andy Payton won today for a comparatively small centre forward? Wonderful goal. We needed that. We said, let's have a couple of attacks. Just take the sting out of their forward play, and we've just done that. Come on, Clarets.
2 minutes over the 90. Chris Scott. And that's it. 3 points for the Clarets. Hard battling performance from Burnley. Andy Payton's brace on 29 and 55. Riddler got one back for Wrexham, and Burnley had to soak up the pressure. Wrexham came here fighting, and they come away with nothing. Burnley 2, Wrexham 1.
Gary Moore, thanks for joining us on the Burnley video. You've got here for 2 loan spells. You're obviously looking for a permanent move here.
Yeah, this is the end of my third. Well, so it's in my 3rd month now. Yeah, I'm just enjoying my football. Good bunch of lads, big club, got a lot of potential. You know, I'd love to stay here, to be honest.
The Burnley fans have always regarded goalkeepers as favourites, and you're certainly on your way to that. How do you feel about that one, following the likes of Marlon Beresford and the like?
Yeah, well, I mean, I seem to have a good rapport with the Burnley fans. I like that wherever I go, you know, I like to have a good rapport with the fans. Yeah. I mean, I'm doing quite well at the minute. It's just hope I can carry on.
Back on the goal scoring thing, the Paddy and Predator, as you know.
Paddy and Predator. I don't know who invented that, like, but yeah, delighted to score, and obviously delighted with 3 points. And I think everyone could see we didn't play that well today, but we turned the corner, and we are going in the right direction under Stan and Sam.
Yeah.
And I'm certain if we can get more players back from injury, we'll you never know. Playoff place is not out of the question by a long shot.
2 goals from you, both quality goals, 2 totally different. Can you run us through the first one?
Yeah, Glenn's won the ball. I've just made a run, he's put a through ball through, and one of them from a bit of a tight angle where I just tried to get as hard a contact as I could on it, and luckily it's gone in the corner. Second one, Glenn's put a good cross in. And, that's Glenn there, obviously. And I knew where he was going to put the ball. It was just a case of getting across the line, and luckily it's gone in, like, so. And then we hung on, but just happy to get the points.
Is that your first headed goal this season?
Yeah, first headed goal since I've been at the club.
Yeah.
Since I signed in January, so yeah, delighted with that.
The game, Wrexham always looked dangerous. Obviously, the old campaigner Rush and Conley linked very well, and the lad Cook on the right as well.
Yeah, they're a good side. I mean, in this division, they're always, top 7, top 8. So it was going to be an hard game, and as it proved to be. And I think we caught them on a good day, really, because they haven't been scoring as many as they normally would. So, and they had a few chances. So as I say, we're not altogether happy with the performance because we didn't play that well, but we just obviously delighted with 3 points.
One of the reasons, of course, is that you've been letting goals in at the back, and you did that against Preston North End, your heaviest defeat, by 4 goals to 1. You subsequently got a goalkeeper in. Was it just a question of getting a goalkeeper in, or have you still got to work on that area?
No, I wouldn't blame the goalkeeper for that, not at all. Wardy did well for us while he was here. What happened was we went in at half-time 1-1. They'd had to work very hard for the goal. And then within 2 minutes of the second half, we're 3-1 down. We conceded poor goals in our box. They weren't from outside, they were tap-ins, and they were too easy come by. We didn't fight hard enough to keep them out. And I'm not talking about individuals, I'm talking about as a team. Because to get the ball in the box, they've got to cross the ball. To get the ball into crossing positions, they've got to get it from the back to the front. So all the way through the team, We lacked the character that day to stand up for a fight, and that reflects in the score. And that was very disappointing. That was our most disappointing performance of the season, because we realised then that we lacked what good teams would need, and that's a hard streak.
Gordon Armstrong seems to be the dead ball specialist for the Clarets as he chips it forward. Lucas thinks about it, and it's in. North End not picking the men up, and Burnley take the lead, and that's totally against the run of play, but Burnley have the lead. Byfield. North End work it well again, stretched to this far side for Ludden, who's got Appleton, and he could have played it to Appleton. He gets the cross in, it's very nearly there. It's going to come to Rankin. It's there from Martin Rankin. That's a belting goal from North End's number 8, and Martin Rankin has equalised for North End. And it goes, heads go up, it's very nearly another goal, and it was Andy Payton who was threatening the North End goal on this occasion, but North End break with Michael Appleton. Cartwright with a chance here. It's there again. David Ayres has scored for North End, and 2 former Clarets have 2 goals in the first 5 minutes of the second half. Working it well between them. This is good stuff from North End. Cartwright will get the cross in. It's a good looking ball as well, evading everybody. Ludden still has it for Preston. Oh, ball not gone out of play. That was hard lines, but Burnley don't clear the lines again. There's a chance for Byfield. It's in again. Darren Byfield scores number 4, and he took it very well, did the new signing for North End. 11 minutes gone, and North End have gone mad.
Stephen Woods. Robinson for Stoke. Good tackle, that one, from Mark Ford. Now then, here's the man we all talk about, the man that gives Burnley life. Oh, a shot from Little, right at Muggleton at the near post, and it's Little again on this near side, Burnley's right-hand side, left foot cross, and Muggleton catches that one. Yeah, just to remind you about the substitutes, Colin Carl-Lawton, Brad Maylerton, Kevin Henderson, a very attack-minded bench. So whether one of those, or 2, or maybe all 3 could be brought into the equation probably in the second half here at Turf Moor. It's still nil apiece here. Stoke City on the attack into the Burnley half. It's Forsyth who leaves it for Smalls. Smalls cross, but Gavin Ward will collect. Phil Eastwood. So that free kick will be taken just on the stroke of half-time for Stoke City. Hammered by Thorne and straight into the arms of Gavin Ward. A hard struck low shot from Peter Thorne, the number 9. Well taken free kick, but obviously you've got to beat our goalkeeper, who incidentally, if he hopefully he can sign, it's his last evening on the third spell on loan. And Brannigan, the Bolton keeper's been injured, so hopefully they don't call him back. Now a chance for Little here. Oh, it's straight at now then. Eastwood, oh goodness me, how did they miss that one? Under the guidance of Brian Little, but back on song again. A cross comes in, a good one too, headed away by Chris Brass that time. Still Stoke in possession. It's Burnley trying to push them out. Oldfield for Stoke. Here's Keane. Stoke really, oh, That was rather fortunate, and that's the goal. Dean Kiley scores it for the visitors. Unfortunately, the shot originally by Robinson, the centre-back, and fell into the path of...
Eventually by Morgan, the left-back there. But a great cross from the other full-back, Small, who's having a field day on the left-hand side now. Overlapping it will. And they're coming forward again in droves here at Stoke now. This little fella Cabner on the ball again, dictating everything at the moment. And there's a great second goal.
Well, that's the second one for Stoke City, and the Stoke City fans going absolutely berserk here. And why not?
Then lost in the FA Cup against Darlington when you were 2-0 up close to the end.
Well, you could compare that with the Preston game, in that when we came under pressure, we couldn't handle it, and I think that that's the core of the problem. The fact that as a team we find it difficult to defend against pressure.
How do you correct that?
Well, quite obviously, if it's personnel you're talking about, then along the way personnel have to be changed, and I think that's the core of the problem, as I've said.
Obviously, cup run is important to any club, and disappointment at going out, but then away to Bournemouth, 5-0.
Yeah, carrying on in the same theme. No excuses. Again, a man sent off. Again, his own fault. And if you continually, as we have done, have a poor disciplinary record, it's allied to, and it's been allied to poor performances on the field.
Then another local derby against Blackpool, and it was a tight game, few chances. You managed to win by a penalty.
Yeah, and we've shown resilience at home. We've been tight, and we've got a decent home record as against the away record. Now, if the players don't change, and you've still got the same squad home and away, then that's a guide as to what happens. Now, you don't have to be a genius to see that, do you? And against Blackpool, we fought hard, and we showed a will to win that we haven't shown every time we've played.
From up here, it looked like OK got the final touch and put it out for a goal kick. But come on, Clarets.
Corner it is. Then Hewlett to take it. Looking for Hayward. Oh, Little, a great shot from him. First time volley from Glenn Little, right on the 18-yard area.
Well, certainly stopped him in full flow, and our disciplinary record recently has been poor, but I think quite a bit of that has been because of poor refereeing. Glenn hits the ball in, and it's on the end of it!
Oh, that was Andy Cook, and that was Steve Banks collecting it, and that was a beautiful dead ball situation from that right-hand side. Butler. Hayward clears long for the Clarets. Cook goes up, but Butler's there again, the big number 4. Now then, Lawson for Blackpool into the box, and that was a very, very poor effort from Ian Lawson. Centre circle, Brian Reid to take it with the left foot. Into the area, high one. Blackpool men everywhere. Little, can he produce some magic on the right wing for the Clarets? Can Glenn Little? He can, he's done it. Pull it back, Glenn. Oh, good grief. Linesman's flagging on this offside, and again, a brilliant bit of football from Glenn.
You're not supposed to be intellectual when you're doing a football commentary, you know. That's quite amazing to use the word a pun, but you're quite right, of course.
Burnley on the attack here with Glenn Little again for the Clarets. Cuts inside this time, 2 men on him, and still backup comes with Robertson. Robertson here for Payton on the right-hand side for the Clarets. Payton looks for support, going on his own, Andy Payton across the face! Oh, and there was Carlisle right in the thick of it for Blackpool as Payton ball come firing in. Hills with the throw-in, headed by Matty Haywood for Burnley. Up here for Andy Cook, the unmistakable figure of Andy Cook. Little, good ball in for Mark Ford. Mark Ford, can he? No, he's played it inside for Payton. Can he score, Andy Payton? He's pushed aside by Brabin, a penalty! Brabin brings down Andy Payton, and Burnley have a penalty.
At first I thought it was offside by Andy Payton because he seemed to have got goal side of him. And what does he do? He loses possession. I thought we'll get a corner out of this at best, and I've seen penalties given for well, no, I've got to say if I was the Clarets there, I'd be round the referee saying that is harsh. I'd like the benefit of it, but it's a penalty anyway, and Andy Payton picks the ball up. We're going to put it onto the spot. Please, fingers crossed, this could be the one, David. I'll let you take over commentary when this hits the back of the net. Banks could fall down here.
Andy Payton there to take that one. Penalty, goal!
Perhaps unjustified penalty. They all count. People say, look at the statistics at the end of the season. It doesn't waste about. I like the man's confidence. Banks is still on the floor, can't believe it. May have got a little touch on it, but it doesn't matter. All that matters at the moment is the score is Burnley 1, Blackpool 0.
Paul Crichton, well done today. I mean, you must be relieved after Dean Court last Saturday being thrown into the fire, so to speak.
Yeah, well, we've all put last Saturday behind us. It wasn't the best of starts for me personally, but obviously 5 goals, you know, you just write it off. But today, lads have done marvellous. We've worked hard in training. Gaffer had a few things for us to do, so obviously we've put it right today and kept a clean sheet.
We, on the TV games, we gave you man of the match, and you must be pleased with that because you was very, very consistent on the last line of defence for Burnley today.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the lads are learning about me and I'm learning about the lads, and obviously we spoke before the game, and I said if you can get up and I'll try and come from as many crosses as possible, you know, because I think a lot of goals are really scored from there, so I just tried my best to get out and touch wood. Everything went all right.
Yeah. Now, the penalty, the Blackpool manager's not too happy, but they never are they? I mean,
no, they're not.
I mean, did Andy Payton speak about it after the game?
Yeah, he said a few things in the bath. He thought that it could have been because he got nudged as he was about to shoot, but it's one of them 50-50 ones, and luckily it went our way.
I think the lad Brabin, who gave away the penalty, was taken off because he'd already been booked, hadn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, we'll take that every day, you know, all week long, really.
I mean, the incidents at Burnley in the last few weeks on the back of 4 defeats, the discipline hasn't been there. I mean, obviously, away from the manager, you can't really control that once they're on the field, but it shows the commitment at the end of the day, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've not really seen much of it myself. Obviously, last week was a bit of a shell shock, really. I mean, the lads just had one of them games, you know. We were never going to win that game, we were never going to keep a clean sheet, but like I said, we've worked hard this week. The Gaffer's had a few words to say to a few people, you know, and we've all know what he wants to do, and obviously want to get this club up as high as possible.
No game on Saturday coming up because the FA Cup's coming around again. Unfortunately, we're out of it. I mean, does that bother you? I mean, grateful of a rest perhaps on next Saturday?
Well, I mean, I think more games are better for us, you know. I mean, that's the only way we're going to get ourselves out of trouble is to play out of trouble. But I mean, it was unfortunate they lost at Darlington. I mean, it would have been nice for the crowd, you know, a good game for lads to play in and everything, you know, and especially after winning today, it could have been a good one. But I mean, we've just got to concentrate on Preston now. Yeah. Have a couple of days off.
That's right. I was just going to mention that Auto Windscreen Shield. A lot of people don't rate that competition, but it's a chance for Burnley to get their own back after that 4-1 defeat.
Exactly. I mean, it's a chance to get to Wembley when all said and done, you know. I mean, you asked the Grimsby lads last year, they had a great day out, you know. So get the families down and everything. But I mean, the lads will be trying the hardest to obviously get a win.
When you played the first game here at Turf Moor for Burnley on loan, and then you had to be called back, did you think that was the end of it as far as you were concerned with your relationship with Burnley?
Well, I spoke to the gaffer on the phone about it, and obviously I had to get a keeper in, and I couldn't come back because the FA wouldn't let me do it again. And obviously Gavin Cum done marvellous for the club, you know, done well for himself. But obviously there must have been some breakdown with Bolton, and they rang me back, you know, and I jumped to the chance to come.
And it's on his favourite right foot, so well worth a go. And I just think the little incident between Brassley and puts a bit of bite into a derby, doesn't it? I mean, a derby game wouldn't be a derby game without a bit of aggravation, would it?
Now there is a chance. Andy Cook on the... Oh, right across the face. No claret really coming in at Colin Carl-Lawton, right at the back of it. But, well, that's probably the best opportunity.
So, obviously Stans had a few words to say to them at half-time. Like I say, you wouldn't be too harsh on them, because you can't do that with young players. You've got to encourage them more than discourage them. So, but they certainly look sharper at the ball in the second half.
Yes, encouraging signs from the Clarets. Just keep Preston at bay if we can as well. Mackin again. Who's going to try one, is he? He is. A left foot shot from him. Oh, and a good, well-taken goal. Just crept in at the bottom of the post there, but he did well in the end.
Yeah, shot from the 18-yard line there. He took on one player, cut across the edge of the box there.
That ball back via Eastwood. Crichton kicks again. Eastwood. Nicely placed ball for Brad Maylett. Takes it down well. And Brad Maylett, a chance again for him to show what he's made of, and he does well! Oh, goodness me, that was nearly Kevin Henderson. It was nearly a burn.
So we're coming on through to the month of December and Christmas and the New Year, and you've already said that the fans have been very loyal to you and very much aware of the sort of job here, which isn't going to be turned around in a short period of time. Nevertheless, the manager has come out quite recently and said that he wants to try and move in the transfer market sooner or later. What sort of Christmas cheer can you give the supporters, Sam?
Well, we've bought the goalkeeper, Paul Crichton, who we think's a bargain at what we've paid for him. And as and when players become available, then Stan will move. But what people mustn't expect him to do is buy for the sake of it. You see, you can buy for fifth from bottom, and you can change your team to be halfway, and then change it again to get to the top. What we need to do is change it in one to get from the bottom to the top. And that needs careful thought and buying the right players. You know, we don't need... Stan signed a few players this season, but if you look, they're all on short-term contracts. And he's given them a challenge, you know, earn a longer contract or move on. And that's the situation that you'll find half a dozen players in who have been signed this season. And I suppose that happens when you're in a transitional stage. We'll sign players, there's no doubt about that. But they'll have to be the right ones. Not only do we have to sign players that'll get us up to the top of this league, but they've got to hold us in the next one. And that's how you plan to build a team. You can't do it overnight.
Yes, I was going to ask you about that. It's all very well signing players to improve on what you've got. Yeah. Most managers could do that. Yeah. But you've got to make sure that you've got constant aims way beyond what you already are.
You see, the thing I can tell you is that when Burnley last went up, they came straight back down. When we were at Bury, and we went up from the second division into the first, as you can see, we held our own in the first season, and that's vital. That first season's vital, and you can't afford to go up with a team because you don't want to make too many changes when you go up. You know, your players on high, and you need people that can hold themselves in the next division, and that's basically what we'd be trying to do.
Do you think the way forward is perhaps shorter-term contracts? I mean, at the top level, there are so few good players that they can demand long contracts, all sorts of get-out clauses. But at this level, to an extent, there are a surfeit of players, I suppose. Do you think that the way forward is with shorter-term contracts, with more incentives in them for players to actually do well rather than sit on a 2 or 3 year contract?
No, I think if you've got the right character, a longer-term contract does no harm. What we need are strong characters and people that can stand up for themselves and for their mates, and that's the type of player that we're looking for.
And it's going to take a long time. There are all sorts of off-the-field things happening, hopefully with the club, which will help to improve that and help to improve the situation. Have you been given any assurances about the sort of money that you might be able to spend on players?
Well, to be quite honest, I'll leave that to Stan. He's the manager. That's the hard part of the job. And when I sit back and sit here with you, it's why it's good to be an assistant.
I bet it is. But are you enjoying it here?
I love it, absolutely. I can't think of a better place. It's a pleasure to go up that training ground every morning. This place is a fantastic club. All we're lacking, to be quite honest, is what we said when we first came. We're still lacking a team, but we're trying to get it sorted out. And as long as they've got the patience, then we'll do it for them. But it can't be done, as I said, it can't be done overnight.
So thanks very much indeed to Sam Ellis. Thank you as well for buying the video. The message very much from the management team here, patience. Not always easy to achieve, I know, but I'm sure that Burnley are going in the right direction and that things will improve in the second half of the season. It's a great club, great ground. The team is improving as well. Bye-bye.
Direct and going to shoot, perhaps. He does, and F&O! What a goal from Glenn Little. Excellent ball. Oh, another goal! Andy Cook, 4-1.
Nice for Burnley, a good cross, and now Little. Oh, a goal! Super goal. That's a fantastic goal, I tell you. The movement, everything. Right, was fantastic play. Drills it hard and low. Goal! Andy Payton! Oh, Andy Payton.
Trying to thread it through. Oh, lovely play by Little! And it's been turned in by Cook, I think. Little and Cook together will claim it.
To the byline, a good chip in. Yeah, a goal! Andy Cook!
Well, welcome to the Burnley 1998-1999 season. Part 2. We'll be looking through from December right the way through to the end of the season with the help of Sam Ellis, the assistant manager. Of course, an eventful season when the manager Stan Ternent offered his resignation to the club. And we'll also be hearing from Andrew Watson about what's going to be happening off the field.
Good skills from Mullenby. Puts it to the middle. Dribble. Still Mike on Pochettino, but the flag got offside. The machinations of the running has taken place. Holes in there. Holes takes it over. Oh, is it? Who's got the goal? Now Holes is there. But it looks like Morgan's got his second. It's Chris Bell. After by Horsfield. Ford. Maisie round the tackle from Howard. Great ball from Horsfield into the path of Pesky Flamingo. Correctly on the retreat. Hales Armstrong's with on the back post.
Well, we'll draw the veil over Fulham in December, Sam. Obviously a bad defeat, but then you came home again, and your home form has been a problem. Beaten 2-0 at home by Northampton Town, who play a particular style of football, and at that stage it was just a bit of a dismal scene, really.
Yes, it was. I wouldn't criticise the way they play. Teams play to their strengths, and they've been quite successful with it, Northampton, so I wouldn't say there's any problem with the way they played. It was the way we were playing at the time. And you know, things were starting to, when they should have been improving at that time of the year, things were starting to get a little bit worse.
Paul Crichton then. Plenty of practice at kicking this afternoon. Again looking for space, and again the massive help now that Clayton's here. 2 men around him. Gets the bang from on the block from Hope. Pickering to Payton on the wing. Payton's cross is beaten down. Pickering here. Forward. Now then, Cookie! Oh, just wide from Andy Cook. Some neat play before that. Armstrong back foot. Oh dear. That was very, very dicey from Gordon Armstrong. Very, very dodgy indeed. I don't think Paul Crichton will be too happy with that one. Here's Pickering.
Reed didn't make it easy for him then, actually, because he should have dropped off and got just, instead of being square of him, just to the back of him on the diagonal, so it becomes an easy ball. A chance to the podium!
Predator, Payton, oh, he's gone too far. The cross comes in straight into the arms of Turley. And here's Hunt. Played up by Hope. Hunt with a shot from him. Oh, a save by Crichton. And another save, but it's gone in. Number 11, Duncan Spedding. Just 8 minutes left on the clock, and the first corner falls to Northampton Town, and they take a short one, and Gibb crosses in. Oh, Corizon was there, Brass was there as well, and push ball away from Andy Cook. Northampton, Haywood, and here comes the number 9, Corizon, to make it 2-0. Corizon
Dispossessed Matthew Haywood, ball ran clear. Somebody with schoolboy, inexperienced there, I think, by Matt Haywood. Up front, we've tried, but we've just had no creativity. We've never really managed to get away from our marker. And of course, the service to the front two, the two Andys, been pretty abysmal all afternoon. On balance, if I, and I just and it's a header on target at this late stage. Yeah. But again, just to sum up, I think they deserve it. They've got the two. If we'd have kept a clean sheet, I'd have been reasonably happy.
You went away and got a 3-3 draw at York, which again suggests you've got defensive problems, but at least you battled away, and 2 goals from Andy Payton in that game.
Yeah, it was an exciting game as well. We went in front, then we went behind twice. Then we came out last minute, I think it was, with a bit of a scramble. And there was signs. I mean, there's always signs, but it was disappointing that when we got in the lead away from home that we should lose it and have to fight and scrap for a draw.
Robertson. Well left by Pickering. Here's Chris Pass. Fires it in. Swan gets the slightest of touches. The linesman's flagging on this near side. It will be given. And that's a bit of an early excitement for the fans here. Just a reminder of the substitutes for the Count. Ken Anderson has done quite well when he's coming to the field. You've been poorly as well with Drew Joseph and Bradley May at the young winger, which obviously Santana wants to keep him under wraps. That was a good effort too. Grazed the post, and it was the first real blood to the Lincoln City. Now that it's a corner, and Vincent takes it clear again by the number 7 Robertson for Burnley. Straight back to the man who took the corner earlier. And Miller, and a good save again. Miller shot. Brighton, second good save from the Burnley keeper. And this Miller, well, he's really tried to score. Burnley need 3 points today. They better not start picking up today. This is Peter Swan for Robertson. Robertson plays a great ball for Andy Cook inside the area. Right-hand side, a cross from him. Holmes is there to clear the danger. Off clear. Here's Robertson. Robertson, another good one. But a chance here. Oh, an Eastwood shot blocked again. And Pickering plays it across. Swan's up there. Good hit from Swan. And straight from John Morley. Wait for the ball. It's close position there. Good close to the back. With that free kick to the back post. Swan is up there. Cookie's there. Oh, and the challenge on the keeper. A goal. Given. Good ball. Just a bit short perhaps for Pickering. And never really on trying to pick in that one. Brian Reid here. Oh, nice past him. Unfortunate bounce for Brian Reid. Held back, really. And batter's boost. Oh, it doesn't score. Good juice. My word, a letter for the Clarets there. My goodness me. And still they come forward here. Battersby header. Reid feels the danger. And Brian Reid let that ball take it for the Clarets. Barnett's header for Reid. And here's Thorpe for Lincoln. Reid watching him. He's got a handful on here. Thorpe, wonderful, wonderful stuff. And they weren't great saves from good count. But Thorpe turned the centre back inside out there. Still Lincoln from forward towards that cricket field stand. Through at the turf. Still no goals in it. Fleming. A shot from Brabin Harlan. Ooh, just wide and out upright on that far side. And the former Blackpool man having a pot. Kevin Henderson here.
You know what could be giving Lincoln some half here? They're in January to Deadman in the big break. Hopefully the lead. So say, yeah, we've got to give it our best shot because there's nothing else to lead. To lose, perhaps if they were in there. And it's through there, can it? Here it is, and over to you. Lays it in, a Cook. Chance for Cook. Oh, I don't believe that. I do not believe it. I thought that was in. Of course, that's the third time the woodwork's been smacked upon. Launches it into the area. Reid's header. Finnegan's in there. Oh, and a bit of a scramble here, and that's it. It's finally happened. Finnegan the scorer. And it, well, you think it had to come, Terry.
Defence, they get the second, and it's good night.
Brighton with a kick then to the Clarets. Up goes Swan, he gets the header up, but again the green and white hoops of Lincoln. Robbins put out of the way by the fullback, but Miller was going in. He tried to kick long again. Can Henderson finish here? Can Henderson get hold of it even? Henderson turns. Yes! That's Kevin Henderson! A super goal!
Oh, yes, we said there's time and there is time. Again, their bench is screaming for offside.
Left-hand side. Barnett's there for Lincoln. Still in play. Fleming. A tug of the shirt from Reid. He's going to get booked for that. Come here, it says. Terry Fleming very quick, of course, and Brian Reid not able to contain himself and just pulling up the shirt. A red. Has he been booked previously?
I don't know. Well, now, whether he said something there, but he's definitely off. He brandished the yellow card in the middle of the red, so he got, oh yes, he got booked in the middle on the halfway line. So it's Clarets down to 10 men, and with 5 minutes to go. That is
But clearly, you felt and Stan Tennant felt that recruits were needed, and after a home draw against Lincoln, a 1-1 draw for you, Then Steve Davis came back from Luton. Now tell us the story there.
Yeah, well, I mean, Stan had that on his mind for a long time, and I think he wanted to make sure that when we signed players, they were quality players. The players we'd signed earlier in the season, which was no disrespect, were on 12-month contracts, and they were always in our minds as we'd see how they did. But when we needed to sign somebody of some calibre, then it needed to be somebody good, and we thought, oh, Stan thought that was the right one.
That must have given people a lift. It certainly gave the fans a lift, didn't it?
Yes, it did. It was good for them to think that a player of that stature was eager to come back. It was good for the players in that they could see the manager's ambitions. But it didn't work out quite as quickly as we'd expected.
Area that's been marked out outside the Burnley dugout, as Ray said there. Stan and Sam sort of pacing their way through it all. Here's Cook, and here's Branch now. Can he open it up here for Burnley? Branch to shoot, oh, and it's blocked just at the last minute. Branch looked on to score, and a good effort from Paul Branch. Picking perhaps going to run in. Oh, and again just cut out by Poynton. The second time Pickering's taken that route. It's not come to much. And here he is again. Davis crosses in then. And left. A chance for Branch to shoot. And he shoots wide, but again, left on his own, Paul Branch. He could have scored. Ali Pickering, who came over from Stoke. Free transfer, 31 years old. And as I said, probably a very similar to Ian Mason, former player, who was here not too long ago. Oh, I thought his first touch was that, but he's got pace again. Good cross! Oh, and that was Andy Payton from 6 yards. And there we saw Graham Branches outpacing the Walsall defence. Wow, what a great run by Branches. So another dangerous situation here for Burnley. They've got to get this cleared. Offside, Langston offside. That's when he gets cleared for the manager. And again, it's falling to Cook with his back to goal. Which way is he going to turn instead of rushing to the centre there? And, oh! And Payton, oh, it goes! Good grief! Well, Andy Payton usually takes them on in that situation. The goalkeeper couldn't hold it. Just push on and get a goal here. Corner comes in then. And looking for Davis, but the wind, I think, playing a part. He went out. No goal. The old official on the far side had seen the ball go out, and I think we had as well. Good picture, I think it's a rugby down the court. Straight down the pitch for the crowd. Into the wireless. Side netting, good. Not on for Andy Payton. Cook rolling in, and unfortunately for the big lad, he hit the side netting. They say with Armstrong, but Marsh and Rack. Lewison, shot from Lewison, just wide of the left hand upright of Paul Crichton, so that could have been so much dangerous there from the Walsall men. Pickering with it. Swan's there, gets on to it, the Swan, and the chance, well ahead of there, well I thought perhaps the shot may have been better, it could have been over the standard opener. Well, it was falling at over height then. Cross will come in from him. Again, aiming for Swan. And Swan's header! Oh, they could save the goal! Oh, I don't believe it. Andy Cook steaming in, and somehow the ball's kept out. Well, how did the goalkeeper keep that out? He double surf on him there, and he just flicked it out with his hand there. And once again, big Swan knocking across the goal there. And Burnley piling all the pressure on here. Swan's here. Oh, and a great shot from Andy Cook there, not down by Swan, and he just volleyed it over the crossbar there. For Burnley here with a corner on that far side. Pickering takes it, looking for Swan again. He gets it. I don't believe it. It's looking. Oh! Hey, no room in the green. Well, kicked off the line there, and it came back to Andy Cook to smack it in there. Went past the post.
So Burnley showing a good deal of attacking intent already. Jones has missed the cross, and it's been headed in at the far post. And Burnley take the lead in very strange circumstances. It's Steve Davis who's celebrating the goal, and I think Lee Jones will have to take a bit of the blame for that. Keeper again, showing a clean pair of heels and showing a great ball for Curitan. Super finish, all of 25 yards, but Jamie Curitan made it look so simple. It's a round dozen now. Aiming towards Curitan. Not much chance for him with balls in the air though. Steve Davis towering above him. Oh, a mistake by Lee. Branch is in, around Jones. 2-1 Burnley. Great finish by Graham Branch. Well, Curitan once more, through to Roberts. Still Roberts. With Rovers second of the game, and it's 2-2. Shaw hoping to retrieve it. It's a brave header by Armstrong. He could have been hurt. Instead, he's set Burnley up in attacking position. Mellon whipped in first time. Payton's there. Super strike. Burnley lead 3-2. And where will the scoring end? Lightning counter-attack. And at the end of it all, Chalice with a cross. Roberts jumps. Holloway's on the edge of the box. Back for David Lee. What a story! He scores on his home debut. 3-3. And an astonishing end to an astonishing first half. David Lee dispatching it. Well, more like a striker than a central defender. Low into the corner. Payton's after this one. David Lee was fooled by the pass. And here goes Cook now for Burnley. It's 4-3 and the goal glut continues. Andy Cook, the 7th scorer in the match. And amazingly, Burnley go 4-3 ahead, taking advantage of yet another defensive lapse.
2 away games and we've still conceded 6 goals, haven't we? We've not got beat, but we've not won them. And you know, to score a 4 and a 3 and only win one of the games wasn't the sort of thing that we were planning.
Graham Branch getting a goal there. Now, you got him from Tranmere Rovers. He's a lad with so much potential, and you just feel if you can unlock it, then you'll have an absolute gem on your hands.
I think that's very well put. You obviously know it.
I do.
Chesterfield are always a hard side, and if you compete with them and get a result against them, you know that you're all right in that league. And we lost to them both times this season, which shows that we're not quite up to the standard that was required for the league, to be fair. They're a good yardstick.
An exciting, dangerous attacking position.
It certainly is. Mickey Mellon looking the part there. Good, accurate pressing from the former Blackpool midfielder. Morgan will have to be sharp here. Armstrong plays it in. Oh, and Cook leaves it for Payton. Shot from Payton. Oh, right across the face. And, well, it was cleared at the far post and a corner to the Clarets. Swan, slips through Swan's legs. And this is a, well, it's Crichton and a miss. My goodness me. A miss from 7 yards. He really should have put that away, but whether it was Paul Crichton's spreading himself, it put him off, Terry.
So Crichton did well, or he made an unbelievable miss. Extraordinary.
Here's Andy Payton for the Clarets. Andy Payton does well. Is he going to shoot? He's going to shoot. A good shot from Andy Payton, just wide of that far post. And Payton creating the space and taking the advantage.
that bit of space to get his cross in that Glenn Little just failed to capture.
Andy Payton crosses in. Armstrong's up there. And that was Andy Cook just wide of that near post. And Burnley looking as if they mean business this afternoon. And it's going to be Mickey Mellon once again. Again to the back post. Ups they go. Davis is there, gets the header on it. Oh, Payton! And just over the top from Andy Payton. And not on from Steve Davis. And, well, I think Chesterfield can breathe again. Marcus Ebden places the ball down, takes a short one wide. Perkins crosses in, dangerous one, and Morgan's header away for Burnley. Still Chesterfield in possession near side. Curtis lays it back for Perkins, who crosses a second time, runs through. Oh dear, that was an own goal from Ali Pickering. I thought he'd nipped in to clear the danger, and much to the fullback's horror, flies past Paul Crichton. Must take your chances, of course. Here's Andy Payton, lays it back for Graham Branch. First time ball from Branch. Andy Cook to chase this one on this left-hand side. Cook streaking down this near side now, looking for players in support. He's got Branch here, and he's also got Mellon. Payton, Cook! Oh, and a good shot from Cook, just wide of that upright. Good. And yeah, everything going the way of Chesterfield at the moment. Look at this. Good block from Pickering, he got a knock though. Oh, it's hit the woodwork, good grief. And Pickering puts it out.
Yeah, he looked like he was in pain when he played the ball there, did Ali Pickering, and he's still winded, I think, and he wants the ball to go left, I think. And somebody's going to have to cover for Pickering here because his full winger's got clear. This is dangerous again for Clarets, and we're outnumbered at the far post. If he can hit it there. Yes, oh dear. Is that it for the Clarets?
Yeah, they was waiting to score there. You could see. Little plays it to Branch, left side for the Clarets. Two men watching Graham Branch. Branch will take him on. A good cross comes in. Oh, goodness me. Would that have been Andy Cook? But it's a corner. It's come off a Chesterfield defender.
Yeah, and Lincoln.
That's the games that are coming up on the two Saturday games. Oh, and a terrific shot and a suspender save from Paul Crichton as well. Maylett Davis, halfway line, moves into the Chesterfield half. Payton finds Mellon. Good ball for Maylett. Maylett gets a good cross in, a goal! Andy Cook gets one back, and some good play again. Brad Maylett, the provider, Andy Cook, the finisher.
Absolutely superb goal, David. I was just going to say, Route 1 football is the order of the day, but...
Little Davis, last minute surge by Davis. He was tripped on the way through. It's still Davis. It's got to play, crosses in, then Davis, up to the heads! Oh, and the wall was wide. Corner for Burnley.
I feel this really is our last chance, David. Everyone else, 22 players in the 18-yard box.
Well, it wasn't a good corner. It was an awful corner in the end. That's it. Burnley take a defeat against Chesterfield. But a good performance by Burnley, but it was unfortunate for Ali Pickering, Terry.
Yes, it was, David. That's the one unfortunate incident in the game. But we just didn't play well enough. We didn't sustain it.
We went to Millwall, got battered for 10 minutes, broke away and scored, and then did very well after that. And we thought then that there might be signs that, you know, things were going to get better, but it just shows you how wrong you can be.
That didn't show. You went away to Lincoln, who was scrapping away at the bottom of the table, got a draw there, which not a bad result. But again, this home form rearing its head against Luton this time. You lost 2-1.
Yes.
Mickey Mellon got a goal in that game.
Yeah, he got a great goal, really, and then he gave one away. They lost the ball on the edge of our box, and they just stuck it in an empty goal. And not the sort of thing we were expecting. But Mick had done well since he came, and we're pleased with him. We think there we know we've got another quality player.
Saturday, another home game against Reading here at Turf Moor, and if that results in a win for the Clarets, Burnley could find themselves in a very comfortable mid-table position. Luton have played 3 games less than the Clarets. That's a thunderous shot and a good save from Paul Crichton, and it was Matthew Spring who certainly put Spring in that shot for the Hatters. Ray.
Maybe he's just in level, just in line with the guy, and he's given the decision anyway.
Harrison on that far side, familiar hairstyle from him, and he bangs that in. Well, that was so easy. That could have and should have been a goal for Luton. And Ray McKinnon, who had the simplest of tasks in front of Paul Crichton to put Luton level, and he completely made a mess of it. The dugout over on that Bob Lord side. Powered up by Reed. Andy Cook being held. Now here's Mellon into the area. Oh, cross-come shot, I would think, from Mellon. But again, some good play from Cook. He did well to get away from his marker. It was grappling over his head. Andy Payton trying to run a bit of a barren spell for him. He's gone off the boil slightly. He's still got a hatful of goals for Burnley this season. That's a good ball. Cook, who fires it on into Armstrong. Cook again, and Deitch was there just to clear the danger. Only as far as Graham Branch for Burnley. Cross comes in from Branch, back post. Little's there. Oh, the header was floating in the air. Abbey collected it on that far side, and that really another opportunity for the Clarets, Ray.
When I played at the Valley.
It's teeming down here at Turf Moor. The wind getting all of the rain. Now then, Mickey Mellon, he can shoot. What a cracker! Oh, what a goal! Mickey Mellon!
And what a goal from Mickey Mellon. But, well, I'm sitting about 25 yards out here. Picked the ball up and against the drive.
But Davis is there again for the Clarets. Now this could be interesting from Branch, and Branch into the area. Can Branch finish? Oh, goodness me! Oh, good grief! Well, Branch could have had 2. Well, a chance to score.
Well, Graham Branch there, tracked in a shot and got the rebound, and he still didn't put it away from about 4 yards. Just wish I were down there doing the same, because it's absolutely freezing up here now. I don't know what Dave's on about when he said it's not so cold. I think it is now anyway.
I've differ from what I said earlier. Oh dear, 1 apiece. That was a mistake which Burnley have paid for. And the man who scored it, Andrew Fortidaz, number 10, left-hand side. Cross comes in from Fortidaz, and a chance here. And Crichton, it hit Steve Davis, and Burnley are in all sorts of trouble here. Great stop again from Crichton, and really Burnley are lucky to be level. He certainly caused the problems in the first half. He scored the reply for Luton, but it's the Clarets on the attack, left-hand side. Mickey Mellon cross, and it's the back of Little, and Cook! And he shoots wide, Andy Cook, and that could have been 2-1 at the half-time break there.
Well,
and the free kick will be taken from that far side. Mellon takes it. Davis is up there. Oh, and that was on that right-hand side. Plays inside for Steve Davis. Steve Davis coming forward. Just holds the ball up. Great ball again. Little cross. Oh, it was a bad cross. Right to Marvin Johnson. And a good move spoiled in the end, unusually by Glenn Little. And a free kick given away by Moore.
Well, here's another book. He's all. Is it Reed or is it Reed? Well, I think he's walking off his read. His red card. He's been booked earlier, and off he goes. Well, that's a tragedy for Burnley, and he knew as soon as he'd done it that. But there again, was not a bookable offence. But the referee reached. I don't know who for at the moment, but it could be for one of the forwards. Just a ball to the midfield out, and Robinson has got a good engine on him there, so yeah, they're waiting to bring him on. It'll be interesting to see who he brings off. I think it'll possibly be Andy Payton. Oh, another good save by Crichton there. Certainly on his metal, this lad. Good safe pair of hands here. Well, I don't know whether it was for a handball or a foul of man, like Dave says. Totally mystified by that. I must have missed that. What was it for? Nobody's got any idea, but it's a free kick.
Played in by Armstrong. Oh, the back post. And there was the keeper launching himself at that angle. Morgan. Oh, Burnley got back in possession, the Clarets. Played forward by Robertson. There's the header from Reed. Now here's Brad Maylett for the Clarets. Can he do something with this? First one way, then the other. Great cross. Oh, goal! Good grief, Glenn Leto. What a beautiful bit of wing play from the youngster, Brad Maylett.
And what a great cross on the young laddie.
Another high kick from Crichton. Swan doesn't get there. Now then, Cookie. Oh, side netting from Andy Cook. I thought he was going for the winner.
And what an asset this lad will be. As long as he stays on the park. Bit of a daft booking like, but you can forgive him that because of the goal he scored.
And this could be dangerous here for Luton, and that's the winner for them, it must be said. My goodness me, just when I thought a point may have done it, Luton go into the lead and minutes remain.
Well, we have tempted fate there. No chance of Crichton there. And
we're into the middle of February now, and Reading a 1-1 home draw, and then a run of 4 absolutely disastrous games. There's no point concealing it. Lost 2-0, lost 5-0 to Gillingham, 6-0 to Manchester City, and again at home 1-0 to Preston North End. And that was must have been a low time for you, Sam, and it was a low time for the manager.
It was a low time for the club in general, but particularly the staff, and I mean the players as well as the coaching and management staff. But funnily enough, it turned out to be a bit of a watershed. You don't think of it at your time, you know. I mean, it's the biggest crisis you've ever been in. You're sometimes wondering what you're going to do and how you're going to get out of it, and if you're going to get out of it. But luckily enough, the players had started to change in the team, and it's more than probable that they were just beginning to get a grip of what was needed, and that the fact that we'd done so abysmally in those games really brought it home to them, I think.
And a free kick in a dangerous position for the Clarets for Reading on that far side. The ball played in very quickly, and number 4 was Phil Parkinson, heading over from about 5 yards, Terry. Burnley off to Wickham next Saturday, another important away fixture. Never been a good hunting ground for the Clarets. Mellon's first time ball, good effort. Linesman's flagging again, a first time header from Andy Cook. And goalkeeper managed to grasp that one for the visitors. Finds Mellon again, back for Steve Davis. On one of his runs perhaps, yes, it looks like he's going to do that. And perhaps he'd taken it a step too far. Now for Branch, far side. Graham Branch, first one way and the other way. Cross comes in from Branch. Whoa! Right into the arms of Howie. Andy Cook, 2 headers in a couple of minutes. Sportsmanship there from Mellon. Oh, and that bounced awkwardly for Moore. And a chance here, and it's put wide by Tony Thorpe. So I wonder we'll be seeing a replacement. Yeah, Mr. Lynch said get on with it, but that's the officials for you. Here's Ali Pickering, left foot cross from him. Oh, and John Rose was in there, the keeper was there as well. And another chance created by the Clarets from this right-hand side. Ali Pickering getting that ball over.
Armstrong with that throw-in. He was looking for Davis is up there, and a shot from Davis. Can he get there? No, he goalkeeper in the way.
Shot from outside the box comes flying through. A ruck of players like that and it hits somebody on the ankle. It can literally go anywhere, and the anywhere in that occasion was just narrowly wide of the post.
Yeah, perhaps you're right there. Is Reading have the ball. Burnley have it now, of course, with Mickey Mellon into the Reading half. Mellon, what's he going to have? A shot on goal. Perhaps not as hard as the one last week against Luton, but the options were on for a shot, and I think he did right, because if you don't shoot, you won't score. As Pickering switches play to his partner in crime. And here we go again, the break's on for the Royals. Davis is there, great save again from Crichton, and Reed's in the way. There's Davis again, and Burnley, the claret and blue, come away with it with Morgan. Let off the hook again, I must say. That was a foul on Morgan, and the Burnley fans are furious. And it will be Graham Branch from that far side to take this first corner of the second half for Burnley. It's a good one. Oh, off the line by the keeper. And it was Brian Reed. It was looking for a third goal for the Clarets. He scored 2 previously.
Oh, he's dangerous in situations like that. Branchy whips the ball in, and Reedy there powers it in, and somehow it keeps out.
Morgan, Armstrong. John Rose is on that far side. Can he get the ball across? In support here, Pickering. Great cross. And Reading seemed to come away with it with ease there. And a long, long ball, which is again looking for Thorpe, and Thorpe in possession now. Steve Davis on him. 3 on 3. Dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Oh, it's a goal. And there it is. Darren Caskey has put the ball in. I said it was a dangerous position. Went round Davis into the bottom corner. The Clarets are a goal down. Terry's still in the game. His prediction of 2-1. As he said, plenty of time left. Cookie on that far side. Pickering collects the ball from Cook. Pickering's cross. Oh, there was a hand there somewhere. I don't know where. Peyton header and collected by Howie, and that was the ball in the air. It seemed like forever, Terry.
It did, and it was an handball, and I'm glad the referee didn't see it. I think it was John Rose, to be honest, who handballed it, or Armstrong, whoever, but a Burnley player did put it 2 hands up and just handballed it.
Glasgow with the throw-in. Thorpe gives it in back. Now Bremner. Ooh, that's a thumping shot from the number 11. And that came in from Grant Bremner. A right foot shot this time, but thankfully it was wide of Paul Crichton's post. Yeah, could be a last-minute equaliser for the Clarets. Let's hope so. Off the line, handball. No. Corner, good grief. Will not go in. It just will not go in.
I'd love to see that again on replay, because I honestly believe that the ball just hit the defender, who didn't know what it was. He just stood there and the ball lit him on the line when we thought he were creeping in. Who's this Mellon again to take it?
Indeed it is. Oh dear. Oh. And Reedy doesn't know where it is. He scored! Brian Reed has equalised for the Clarets. Well done, Reedy.
You said Reed doesn't know where it is, David, but I have to say he knew exactly where it was. The keeper didn't know where it was until it rifled into the back of the net. 1-1, and my money's on 2-1, David, in the last minute. Can it be? Fingers crossed, Mr. Corral, I'm after your money.
He's on the bench this afternoon wearing the number 12, and should he be needed, perhaps he might come on in the second half here at Turf Moor.
I think that's absolutely certain, David. I don't think he'd risk him by putting him on the bench if he wasn't get at least half an hour out of him, something like that.
And here we are, another volley, and what a goal! And Gillingham, with their number 11, Robert Taylor, puts the Gills in front. Bit of practicing on the old volley in there. Comes in on 13.5 minutes. 26.5 minutes. Gillingham have their first short one. What's going to happen here? Full-back. Oh, that's 2-0. Well, he's got another one. That's Robert Taylor with his second. So easy in the end. 26 minutes. Taylor grabs a brace for Gills.
He forced a good save from the keeper.
Corner then to the Clarets. Branch to take it. Over to that back post. And the header from Neil Moore, and a corner on the other side now. Burnley in control again with Armstrong. Branch. Crichton backpedaling. Neil Moore. Oh dear. And that is 3-0. And that's a hat-trick from Taylor. And that has prompted the Burnley fans to be even more shell-shocked.
Well, the back header just wasn't strong enough, was it? It was a dangerous situation because there were two surrounding him. It had to be absolutely perfect to reach Crichton. Unfortunately, it wasn't, just dropped for him. And
who'd have thought this? 3-0 before the interval here at Turf Moor. Patterson. Oh, good challenge. Oh, and it's a penalty. This match is turning into an absolute nightmare.
It's a rout.
Well, what can you say about this match this afternoon? Robert Taylor steps up for the penalty for Gillingham, and he got to it, did Crichton. It's 4-0 to Gillingham, and Robert Taylor has bagged himself 4 goals. Amazing. Corner to the Clarets on that far side then. Good cross. Oh, and that. Again, the goalkeeper just couldn't hold that one. But both arms aloft. Presumably that means to the back post. One never really knows when they could change their mind halfway through the kick. Well, it wasn't at the end. Oh, believe it. Taylor gets 5, and Burnley.
He's done a Barnes, hasn't it? And the Burnley fans around me applaud the goal because he gave the 2 arms up in the air, signifying a training ground corner. Fires it in, pretty hard corner.
For Mellon, and waiting is Ali Pickering. Pickering picks up the ball here. Cross from him. Payton. Oh, it goes spun past Jepson and Payton. Falls to Branch on the far left-hand side for the Clarets. Back post it is. Fullback is there, and Little's fouled. He fouled him, I'm sure, there, but anyway. Cook goes down. Was it a push? No. Branch crosses in once again, and oh my word! Andy Payton from 4 yards. Here's Patterson. Stopped in his tracks by Glenn Little. Payton gives it to Mellon. Mellon looks round for support. Obviously Glenn Little's there. And Little gets it now from Mellon. Oof. And Little, oh, and that was motoring in the wind. Played sort of havoc with that one from Glenn Little.
Morrison's header, Goater invited to chase, Terry Cook is there as well. Goater's gone forward for the ball, it's come deep towards Horlock, it's 1-0. Well, they've looked at Brighton, Manchester City, they'd had the better options going forward, and now they have the goal. And more indicative of the lack of confidence at the back. And again, Manchester City have possession. Crooks did well. Now Brown. Good ball in, Taylor! Great save by Crichton. And again, Manchester City are carving out the openings, and again, it has to take either defending or goalkeeping of a last-ditch nature to keep them out. Crichton with the save. Morgan's come across with him. Here's Cook. What's the delivery like? Fortunately, Morgan, well, he atoned in some degree. And now Burnley counter. And there are men over to the right and left. One of them is Branch. A real chance and a super save from Weaver. That's better from Burnley. That's what the locals want to see. Plenty of targets to aim for. Morrison! 2-0. And the big skipper was one of those targets. He had 2 headers cleared off the line. Time for Weaver to clear. Flick on was a good one, a chance for Gota. 3-0. Well, that's what managers love to see. A flick on from one set. Mellon and Armstrong concocting something. Headed away though by the towering Morrison. Fort. Now Morgan. Guess who's there? Morrison again. Edgehill. Burnley retrieve possession. Good spell of pressure for them. Can they utilise it? Oh, good tackling back. Manchester City with a chance to break again. Here's Michael Brown. Look how many green and yellow shirts there are at the moment. 4 on 4. No offside. Taylor. Gota. 4-0. Well, they were just queuing up. And at the front of the queue was Sean Gota. At the back was Paul Crichton. Taylor, Gota, good dummy. There's a man over to the right-hand side, and Manchester City are looking for number 5. There are 2 men in the middle for Terry Cork. Gota, number 5, and a hat-trick for Sean Gota. And he picks up the match ball as if to say, I'm taking it home tonight. Well, this surely must be a first. Story of the night, really. Cook, good ball. Allsop, good tackle. Ryan Reid. Armstrong searching ball. Little reach, Glenn Little. Payton pulling away. Branch is there too. Here's Little. And still. Good tackle. Corner. Davis. Good ball. Armstrong. Morrison's there. His second goal from the corner. Very important to the way in which the game's gone since. Oh, Davis! Well, one number 5 to the other. Talking about Andy Morrison's goal, Steve. Davis. Ford. Crichton thumping it away. Edgehill. Here's Ford. It's given away again. Manchester City are looking again. There's no offside. There's 3 on 2. Surely number 6. It is. Eventually. Gareth Taylor and Danny Allsop. And Allsop's the man who gets it. There's been no shortage of chances tonight, has there? And to be fair, Burnley have created a few. Manchester City, several more. Well, it's an unforgettable night in many ways for both sides. Burnley will surely never have a 10 days as depressing as these. 6 goals tonight conceded to add to the 5 they conceded 10 days ago, while Manchester City's promotion bid receives a victory that is well. Is it to be a blast from Davies? Is it to be something a little more delicate from Cook? I'm still not happy about the distance of the wall, in particular Rankin, who's just broken off the wall. It's Davies who struck it!
No real power on the shot, was it? But it was bobbling away, and Lucas had... Preston just get the ball into Basham's feet a little bit more. I think him and Nogan can cause trouble. Well, that's at the other end, Payton's. He's all on his own up there.
There's Appleton. Good advantage had been played by the referee.
A little bit unlucky, trying to force his way past.
Jackson. Nogan. Cook has seen pledge of the ball on his Burnley debut, and he's used it well. He's found Mellon. Graham Branch. And turned back in by Little off the woodwork. Branch looking to follow up, and it's blocked by Appleton, and Burnley must wonder how that stayed out.
You have to say they've been very unlucky, haven't they?
This is Davis. Logan did well, closing him down. This is Macken, Preston on the charge. Logan is curled up brilliantly. What a glorious goal! And the Burnley fans look on in disbelief as their old boy puts another goal past them.
Well, you have to say this is quality.
Cowan to employ the long throw weapon again. Towards Davis. Mellon off the line. Couldn't really afford to take any chances. It may have been going towards the post anyway, but Ludden had to make absolutely sure. Not going to be too cavalier about it at this stage of the game, and protecting a 1-0 lead. Clock edging closer towards full time. Grado stopped in his tracks by Cook. Can Burnley produce one last surge? Andy Payton. Graham Branch. Getting away from Jackson. Mellon!
Yeah, that's well wide. Nicky Mellon left foot. Branch done the right thing.
I do think that players can get into the head that, you know, if you sign good players, that things are going to change. What they forget, and what it takes them time to realise, they've got to change it. You know, you give them the opportunity to change it, but they've got to go out and change it. We can't do that for them. And I think that once we realised, or once it was realised in the dressing room that things did begin to click.
Now, Stan offered to resign during that period, and the board said no. How much of a massive boost was that for the manager, do you feel?
Well, I feel that he felt that there was a new chairman, and that he hadn't appointed Stan, and that he wondered what his thoughts on the situation were. And as it turned out, the chairman was a strong man, and said that he felt that he'd probably have made the same decision as the rest of the board when Stan was appointed, and to get on with it. And I hope for him, because it's a very difficult decision to make at that time, and I hope for the chairman that it turns out well, because he deserves it after that.
And then things did start to turn around. A draw away at Wrexham, Mickey Mellon getting a goal there, and then an amazing game at Macclesfield, or against Macclesfield, I should say, here at Turf Moor.
I think the change began against Preston, the game after City. We got beat, but we put up a good performance, and had that been a poor performance, then I think that it would have been difficult for things to go on in that vein. They changed that game, and then we went to Wrexham. We're very unlucky to draw, but got a goal after going behind. Then the Macclesfield game, where we were behind by 2 goals twice in the game, and all of a sudden we're showing a bit of character that maybe had been needed earlier in the season.
Top and bottom going into the game, disappointed that Andy Payton didn't give them the ideal start. Brian Finn, of course, lives just down the road from Turf Moor, and he knows all about the likes of Glenn Little, who shot just wide here. Wrexham's home results have been distinctly ordinary this season, which got form away from the racecourse, which lifted them to the middle of the table. They took the lead in spectacular style yesterday. Dave Crammer unleashing one of his specials, Paul Felton left with no chance at all. A terrific shot from the midfielder, Wrexham 1 up, with just 14 minutes gone. Branner's pass also sent Mark McGregor through on a run that might have produced a penalty. Martin Chalk went close to putting his team 2 up before Burnley began to claw their way back into the game. Tommy Wright coming on to a Steve Davis free kick, and then happy to see Payton's header drop just over his crossbar. An equaliser began to look increasingly likely, and it came with 75 minutes on the clock. Ali Pickering into the box, a neat touch by Andy Payton, and a lovely volley from Mickey Mellon. Not the best defending by the home side, but a smashing goal from a Burnley team many people would be sad to see going down. Wrexham could have sneaked it at the end. Gareth Owen setting up Branner, but another scorching shot, this time with his left foot. But Brian Flynn seemed to feel the draw was just about the right result.
Apart from the win, which is going to make it a bit difficult for the players. So, yeah, that's quite a good following for a side of the gates that they get, which are only about 2 or 3, possibly 4,000. And a rather sharp back pass there from Soji, the guy with the bandana on. Well, and the Burnley go 1-0 down there. Tragic, absolutely tragic. Kieran Durkin, or Durkan.
And it would have been, it was cleared off the line at the far post.
Well, a bullet of a header there from Town Cowens. I was just saying he missed the last header completely, but that one he really connected with it. It was going like a bullet, and unfortunately cleared off the line for Macclesfield. And here they're coming. Let's not. I don't believe. Well, they're caught with a sucker punch again. Chris Brassey kicked the floor instead of. It's hard to find words to describe the defender of Burnley at the moment. He's tried so many formations in that middle area with Brian Reid and Brass. But I mean, Brass completely missed his kick there when he could have cleared it off the line, kicked the floor instead. But and Davis now has stayed upfield. This is when you haven't going to lose your discipline, but they've got to get a goal back in quickly.
Finally gone in, and that is a relief, I can tell you. I didn't think it was going to go in. Hit the defender, hit the post. Eventually, Burnley pull a goal back.
Get the big men up, big Steve Davis, to capitalise on this.
So Lenny John Roy's joined the men in the box. Second half substitute for Graham Branch. Ball played in. And, well, oh, spectacular, a goal! That is Cowan, brilliant!
Well, he's got the goal he deserved, Tom Cowan.
Well, it was that man at Moss Rose way back in the first half of the season that cheated on Andy Cook, had Andy Cook sent off, of course, and Burnley lost that day 2-1 in that Moss Rose mud heap. But here we are on the luscious turf. Oh, it's hit the bar! It's hit the bar and Durkin! Oh, good grief. What is happening? We get level and then Macclesfield hit the bar and then managed to score. Williamson stabs it in, looking for Payton. Sochi's there for Macclesfield. Williamson in again. And wishing across here is Chris Brass. And that's the Burnley throw-in. Taken quickly, Williamson for Davis. Davis to the halfway line, into the Macclesfield half, but a bad ball from Davis. Mellon! And Payton is scored! He scored! My goodness me!
Well, 3 apiece it is now. And to be honest, Dave, I thought he was offside.
Side off. Mellon then.
Davis! Yes! Davis has scored! Corner from Mickey Mellon there. Davis has knocked it in. Goalkeeper had a hand to it. And he's...
Steve Davis, amazing. He's a centre-half, but he weighs in with so many goals.
Yeah, and what you've got to understand is that he played the last 12 games with a double hernia. Now, it's not just the way he played, but it's how you do it, isn't it? And I think that's the sort of character that we've been looking for. And that was a good example to the rest of the players.
I was going to say that. It's that sort of character you need in your dressing room. If you're walking out with somebody like that,
yes,
then...
well, he'd been bought as a standard bearer, I suppose. And he certainly proved that that's what he was before the end of the season.
Notts County away, a 0-0 draw, always difficult to get a point there. And then a home win against Colchester again, 3-1, a couple of goals for Andy Payton. It had a little bit of a lax spell, a little bit of a spell where the goals weren't going in for it.
Yeah, but I think if you keep confidence in somebody like Andy Payton, he's always going to score your goals. He's always going to have a barren spell in the season. And it's then that you have to keep faith with him. And I know for a fact that the manager's got 100% faith in him.
And he's from the tax haven Bootle, or the tax company. That's Glenn Little. Just stabs it back for Cowan. A good cross is called for from Cowan, and the goalkeeper can't get there. Oh, and Little couldn't get there either. The goalkeeper was struggling. It was an excellent cross on that left-hand side from Cowan. And I'm sure if he gets the service, he will score this afternoon. Cowan plays it in. Oh, and right across the face, right across the 6-yard line. And Colchester breathe again. Again, the ball played in. Little, good control from Glenn Little on that far right-hand side, a position he's best noted for. Mellon again leaves it for Pickering on that far side, gives it back for Mellon again. And too elaborate is the word, and consequently Burnley lose possession. Quarter-hour mark here at the Turf, still no goals, but Burnley having much of the play forward in the Colchester half. Now Little again, turns well, Little runs at this defence. He just couldn't get it through now. John Rose going to try a shot, just over the top. Outside the penalty area, Lenny John Rose. But Burnley are starting to... Probably sunny in the rest of the country. Brass got a knock on the head, down he goes. The referee has spotted Chris Brass down there, so oh, here's a chance here. Oh, and they've scored, Colchester United, after Chris Brass had gone down, and the scorer for them is David Gregory, and it was outside the penalty area. Chris Brass was led there injured. The referee was...
Who got the final leader, but it was one of 3 clarets, and this is a good ball through to Payton. Oh, and for once he didn't control it.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a claret. It's Paul Cook and Little. Little's, is he going to keep it in? Yes, he does. Back post. Surely Andy Payton runs away from Andy Payton. He tried. Takes a deflection in the end. Another corner to the Clarets on this left-hand side.
Just makes you wonder what we have to do to score it. Oh dear.
Short one, Cook to Little. Little again to the back post. It's Aspinall off the line, and I thought it was going to be John Rose who draw Burnley level, but no, Aspinall on the line.
But sluggish coming off his line, and he didn't grasp cleanly. He made a few mistakes like that in the first half. If you keep going forward, keep getting the chances, play with patience, I think that the clear-cut opening will come off. But who knows, it might be one of these spectacular, hopeful shots from 30 yards. Give anything, really, for anything from any distance.
Certainly would. Twice the keeper brought into the action. I must say, if I was to... now, what's happening here? I don't know. Well, it's handbags at 10 paces, all right. Terry, you might know.
Oh, he definitely kicked him, David, I think. I mean, the only trouble is that the Clarets might... they pointed it out to the referee and they're not happy with him at all. No, Stefan Punavachi there, he seemed to just lay out a kick at him, and the referee's gone over and had a word with the assistant, the linesman, and well, if he saw it, then he's got to walk, I think, and that's not because I want to be anti-players. He's reaching for a card. What will it be?
It's Louis, isn't it?
Louis it is, yeah, Louis.
It's Tressa Louis, who's getting the... Well, firstly, a booking, perhaps that's all it'll be, we don't know. I wasn't actually watching. It's red. So, down to 10 men. Louis departs from the field for a kick at Paul Cook, I think. Breaks down. And Cowan defending there over the head of Payton. Aspinall and John Rose. John Rose wins the battle. Armstrong for Branch on that far left-hand side for the Clarets. Branch to run at the fullback. And Branch's cross is good one. And Little completely miskicked with his left foot there. And Branch certainly did the honours there. Here's Pickering. He's got Little to his right. He goes alone. Pickering trying for a shot. And a brilliant shot. No. Is it a goal? Goal. John Rose.
Who minds if Glenn Little miskicks with his left foot, because it comes clear to Ali Pickering. Fires it over.
It would have been better, but the advantage played to the Clarets. Steve Davis switching play for Cowan. And Cowan looking for options here. Lays it off again for Branch. Left-hand side, a right foot cross. And John Rose heads over from 6 yards. But again, a good play from Branch on that left-hand side. Very, very important point. Davis header. Williams for Colchester. Cowan. Long ball for Branch to chase. Well, he'll get onto it. He has the pace. Fullback making sure he didn't get there. Played a safety game. Clarets have a throw in. John Rose for Branch here. And Branch has to play it back for Gordon Armstrong. Armstrong left-footed cross in. And Jepson there. And the ball bobbling again for Payton. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! Andy Payton. Super stuff.
Priceless, absolutely priceless. I'd like to see us get the third, but if you've noticed, Steve Davis, we've got 4 men back. We're going to hold what we've got already, and I think that's right.
Yeah, we're going to stop in this corner. Looks like we are. The referee looks at his watch, and Little tries a bit of juggling on the near side touchline. And it falls to Branch. Branch is going to have a pop, surely. He would like to get on the score sheet. Pulls it. Oh, yes! Andy Payton! He gets a brace. That's 3-1.
Lovely stuff again. Andy Payton, my man of the match, without any shadow of a doubt.
Oldham away, a 1-1 draw again, Andy Payton, and an away win at Blackpool, which is always a bit of a derby game for Burnley.
That was a crucial one for us, not in the fact that it was Blackpool, but in the context of the position we were in the league. That was a big one. We knew after we'd done that our players had the character to get out of the situation we'd been in the bottom part of the league. With 12 games to go, we were in the bottom 4. And the good thing about the run at the end of the season was that the players did it under pressure.
How much difference did Paul Cook coming to you on loan from Stockport make? Because he's a very, very neat and tidy player.
I think there were 1 or 2 people along the way who made an impression as characters and helped, starting with Steve Davis, Mellon, John Rose came in the time, Paul Cook was one, and Tom Cowans came at the same time, and I think together they had a big influence.
Together with Paul Cook. Gets a bit confusing with the Cooks. One with an E, one without an E. Say a very good afternoon again to Natalie in the press room. We say this because the last 2 occasions we said good afternoon to her, Burnley has won the last 2 home games, so let's hope it's 3 in a row, Natalie, this afternoon. Here's Steve Davis, who's going forward for the Clarets, and Davis going to try one. Oh my word, a tremendous shot from Steve Davis, clipping the bar, and that's Steve Davis at his best. Rawlinson for Howe. Headed on by Fletcher. Fletcher takes a return, and Fletcher edge of the area. Shot from Fletcher, good block by Brass, and cleared by Chris Brass. Mellon, a great ball for Andy Cook. Now, can Cook do something? There's not a lot of players up here. There's Branch in the box only, and Branch! Oh, he's at the post! Graham Branch! He should have kicked it, twice he didn't.
Well, he was certainly trying to force it, was Pickering there. And it's certainly live things on a bit, just with the introduction of Ronnie Jepson there. And a wonderful little flick from him there to nearly set up the goal.
Mellon switching it up for Cook now. Andy Cook, has he been held? Up. Oh, Davis from 6 yards. My goodness me, we thought Andy Cook was being held on the far side.
But Bournemouth, like I said, defending resolutely there. I'm looking for Ronnie Jepson here, or Steve Davis for a good header here.
Well, let's see, a one bounce as Armstrong plays it in. Oh, and Davis was up a wee bit early as Fletcher was up supporting the defence. Branch shoots very much wide of Mark Overdale's left-hand post as we look from the TV gantry at Turf.
Stoke away is a great win for you, 4 goals to 1, and you must have then felt, right, here we go, we can get up to respectability.
Well, like I said, I think that came from the game before, in that we've been putting a decent run together, and that made the players believe that they could put a good run together and go to the end of the season. That's what we felt then.
And of course, Fulham coming, flying away, spending big money, great incentive for everybody.
Well, you wouldn't have to get your players wound up for that, really, would you? You know, I mean, that's the sort of game they should be looking forward to.
Visitors in an electric atmosphere, the last home game of the season here at Turf Moor. So Mickey Mellon and Paul Cook usually decide who's going to take this between them. Maybe a short stab forward from Mellon, a bounce, and then Cook floats it across to the back post. Oh, what a goal! Steve Davis!
Yeah, what a great start for the Clarets, and he's given offside.
Yes, another free kick over on that far side for Burnley. Not 10 yards, Davey! Oh, just wide the upright.
He fell over to make it seem that I'm the meat in the sandwich. Oh, Mr. Referee, you're wrong, and it's a training ground move.
Comes across the back post. Oh! And I think Crichton got a touch there, he did. A quickly taken free kick. It shouldn't have been a free kick, but the referee awarded it. And it could have
in the back, he was going up for the ball, he suddenly shunted forward a yard. There's quite a few incidents, David. I'd love to watch again on the video when it happens or it comes out. But to me, that looked like a push in the box. And for what do you get for pushing the box? Nothing.
Well, we said he wouldn't. Give it, Jepson! Ronnie Jepson! Well, referee, it's nearly tea time. Are we going home? Jepson's flick on, and the whistle goes for full time. The Clarets are safe. 53 points. They've beaten the champions by a goal to nil. Ronnie Jepson, the scorer, on 36 minutes. A real battle out there. One man sent off, 3 carried off injured for Fulham, and a numerous Burnley players booked as well. Final score from Turf Moor. Burnley celebrate safety in Division 2. Look forward to next year and perhaps a promotion push. Burnley 1, Fulham 0.
Another local derby against Wigan.
Yeah, a difficult game as well for the players because we just secured our position and it's easy to relax. And I said before that they were very professional in that they played under pressure for the last 12 games. And the Wigan one showed that they wanted to win, or wanted that their attitude was right, because it was a nothing game for us, if you understand. But they made it something. They made something out of it, and they put up a good performance.
And that.
Gibbon with a short ball to find Andy Little. A bit of space for the Wigan striker. Support out wide in Stuart Barlow. Rogers has made a run into the area, but the cross is deep and it almost went in. Great save from Crichton. Back on his feet. Gordon Armstrong has joined the attack, as has Brian Reid. It's Cook over it, looking for Armstrong. Palmer's clearance wasn't too good, and the header coming in from Cook almost resulted in the first goal. Armstrong slipping into the path of Glenn Little. Armstrong could get it again. Little looking to go around the outside, crosses in, just too far ahead of Carroll. What a save from Carroll! Reed's header looked destined for the goal until Carroll. Barmer looking for Howarth down the centre. Great ball that is. Can Howarth turn? Oh, he's gone down on the challenge. Is the penalty going to be given? The referee points to the spot. One or two of the Burnley players are furious at the decision. Howarth is still down injured. Carl Bradshaw, who's converted all his penalties so far this season, but the pressure really is on now. Bradshaw to step up, right-footed, and it's saved by Crichton. Crichton comes to Burnley's rescue, and Bradshaw forward. Everything ahead of him at the moment. Sharp still going, lays it into the path of Howarth, who's forced wide. Reid, the tracking defender. Howarth looking to lose him. Reid sticking to it well, and eventually he brings it away. Pickering. Bradshaw in strongly, but His pass has only gone as far as Mellon. Wigan are really stretched now. Mellon, can he play it right? Mellon may look to go alone. Chances here for Cook. Oh, Cook's put it over. What a golden opportunity that was for Burnley to seal a famous win. Andy Cook, who's had very little chances this afternoon. That was practically his first one. Mellon.
Away to Northampton, where again you got a point.
The most important thing in that game for us was not to lose. It was to keep the run of the 10 games previously going. And they fought hard to do that under difficult circumstances, the pitch, Northampton's situation. They did that well. And that provided us with the hope that we can carry that on at the start of next season.
I was going to say, you must have very clearly at that stage had an eye to the 1999-2000 season.
That was why that game was, each game along the way was important. The last two, Wigan to make sure that they wanted to do it when there was nothing on the game, and Northampton to make sure they wanted to do it to carry it over to this season. And they performed with a professional pride that pleased us.
I remember talking in the first part of the video for the first part of the season, and we were talking about character then, and clearly you feel now that with the introduction of some of the players that you've brought here, that's turned around and you've really found out those that can and those that will.
Well, I think so. I think the word resilience was used a lot in that first half, and we seem to have found that towards the end of the season more than we had. And if we can improve on that, then, you know, we could make a good start next season.
Now everybody wants to look ahead optimistically. A new chairman here, as you said, who backed yourself and backed the manager as well. And I know you won't want to talk about the sort of money that's available, but is there a fair amount of money, and can the fans be expecting when the season starts to be seeing some new players out on the pitch?
Well, they'll certainly see some new players with a bit of luck. As far as the finance goes, that's for Stan and the chairman to sort out. My job's in and around the dressing room and the training area with Stan. I don't bother with the administrative bit.
But you are genuinely optimistic, are you, for next season?
If we can improve the squad, and we have the same attitude as we had in the last 2 months of the season, then we'll give a very good account of ourselves next year.
Well, Andrew, how do you see the potential of Burnley Football Club?
Oh, I see the potential is very exciting. I left a Premier League club, Everton, to come here because of that potential. The club's got a great history. It was playing in Europe in the 60s, Champions League, won the league. It's got a great catchment area as well. That's one of the big things about this club. There are no clubs around it. It's got a big catchment area. Terrific fans as well. So all of the ingredients are right, and of course a new chairman and directors, and the ingredients are right to really take this club on now. Our job is to get things right off the field of play, and then hopefully it will come right on it, as it is doing as well.
Tell us about the chairman and his hopes for the club.
Chairman bought the club here during the last season. Barry Kilby is a successful businessman, a Burnley fan. He's desperate to get the club right. He just wants to get things right here and sees the potential of the club. And I think if you look at clubs like Bradford City and Watford can get into the Premier League, then you certainly would imagine that this club can, because it's been much bigger than those two in the past. So he's determined to make this club right on and off the field of play.
As far as the fans are concerned, what are the areas that you're working in to help the club as far as the fans are concerned? Obviously, I suppose the best thing you can do is make money, and if you make money, more players can come, and that helps the supporters.
Sure, that's exactly my role, to get things right off the field of play. The manager's responsible for on the field of play, myself off the field of play. But just basically, we'll be trying to do what every Premier League club does, and aspire to be just as professional as every Premier League club in their off-the-field activities. There's no reason why we shouldn't be just as professional. Can't be as big in terms of merchandise sales as to Manchester United, but we can be just as professional. And we just feel if we do that and bring all of those things together, and there are literally hundreds of ideas, it's impossible to just say them all now, but there are lots and lots and lots of ideas. But if we just do all of those things, bring them all together, then things start to grow. You get more fans coming, income grows, and then that contributes on the field of play. One of the exciting things we just launched recently was that we've named one of our stands after Jimmy McIlroy, the greatest player who ever played for this club, and that has been so popular amongst fans, and indeed himself. He was absolutely delighted. And I just think all of these little things, if we can, and I say little things, it's actually a big thing, but bring all of those things together, then I think this club can be right on the field of play and off.
You've mentioned one of the new stands, and one of the great advantages you've got for a second division club is a fantastic stadium, isn't it? I mean, if you bring any businessman along here and say, there you are, there's an executive box,
and he comes to Burnley and doesn't really know the club, you've got a fantastic stadium, fantastic selling point.
And full credit to the board in the past for getting that right. We have got a terrific stadium, and that's a real benefit now, because we're not having to spend money on the stadium. We can try and spend money on the team and get that right. It is a terrific stadium. There's 2 superb stands, and the other 2 are in fact good as well, and it holds 22,000. There's not another ground like it in our division. So, and even then, when I would say it's probably Premier League standard, really, the equivalent of some grounds up there, and certainly First Division. So that's one of the real benefits now. We've got a super stadium. Don't have to spend a lot of money on that, and try and get the things right on and off the field.
I don't want to put your neck on the chopping block here, Andrew, but how much additional revenue in terms of a percentage do you think over a certain period of time you might be able to increase here?
I think we need to keep that private in the club, really, but clearly there really is a lot of room for improvement, and there is. Out of the current activities we can produce a lot more profit and turnover that we do now, and profit's the important thing. But then there are a lot of new ideas as well that we need to introduce. Just all sorts of things, family stands and sponsorship and lotteries and shops. And, so if we improve the current activities, introduce new ones as well, then the income is going to grow considerably.
And I know one thing the fans will want me to ask, all this extra income that you're hoping to generate, is that going to go into buying players and getting it right on the pitch?
Yeah, absolutely. As we said, the stadium's right, and the directors here don't earn dividends out of the club. It's not a PLC, so we're not doing it to earn money for directors. We're not doing it to the stadium's good, so it really can go to contribute towards getting the team right, which is the most important thing.
So there we are, and we're hoping, as usual, of course, that things can change around for Burnley Football Club. I think one thing is absolutely certain: there are going to be new faces here for the start of the 1999-2000 season. If those faces can fit, and if the run can be kept going that we heard about at the end of last season, then of course the club should do very well indeed. But let's hope that you still keep coming along and supporting Burnley Football Club. Thanks for watching.